Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for today's Matchday Live, which is Newcastle United versus Bournemouth from St James's Park, and an opportunity for Newcastle United to go third in the table because Forest don't actually play till tomorrow. So a huge opportunity for the Toon Army to head into third and keep this meteoric rise up the Premier League going. My name's Paul. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you do enjoy the commentary today, please do give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. You do have to be a subscriber to take part in the chat on Matchday Lives. So if you are new and you like what you see, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. You can support the channel, of course, in the usual two ways. First of all, via membership. That's the join button just underneath myself. Lots of prizes to come for members in the coming days and weeks, of course. And, of course, super chats are available. That is the $sign underneath the live chat. That will guarantee your comments to be read out live on the show. And a massive thank you to channel sponsor Mamaru Records, based in Whitley Bay, for all your music needs, your vinyl, CDs, music merch, sports merch, gift cards. They've got it all. Go and see Steve. Tell him you're a TTR viewer, and he will do you a very, very good deal. If you can't get into Whitley Bay, check them out online. Their link is pinned right at the top of the description. Right. So, yes, I am flying solo today, guys. So please do keep the chat nice and supportive, guys, because it's hard work doing it on your own. But again, best wishes are sent to Billy, who unfortunately is quite poorly at the minute, so will not be able to come on the shows. But he's here in spirit, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely 100% here in spirit. Do you ever want to go to watch a game live, says Sebastian? I'm a season ticket holder, mate. But unfortunately, my illness at the minute, obviously for people who don't know, I suffer from Parkinson's disease, and sometimes it's very, very difficult for me to get to the games because of my illness. So, you know, I will be going obviously back, definitely. But at some point, once I'm starting to feel a little bit better, it's just getting to the ground, getting home and things like that. It's a little bit difficult for me at the moment. But hey, I still get to watch the lads live, and I get to commentate on the games for you guys out there. So it can't be that bad, can it? Andy Young is a new member of the channel. Thank you very much, Andy. That was done at 10:30 this morning. So thank you very much. Much appreciated indeed. So thank you for signing up. Right, let's take a look at the two teams, shall we, guys? Newcastle United, completely unchanged from the win against Wolves during the week. Dubravka, Botman, Joelinton, Tonali, Gordon, Isak, Hall, Livramento, Murphy, Byrne, and of course the captain Bruno. On the bench we have Vlachodimos, Trippier, Shea returns from illness, Asula, Almiron, Kelly, Willock, Longstaff, and of course Lewis Miley. So listen, we thought that Joelinton might get a rest today, but he's in the side. So obviously Eddie, etc., think he's fit to go. But there's a chance that obviously he may come off earlier on in the game if it's going our way. Now, Bournemouth obviously ragged with injuries at the minute, but this is how they line up. They go with Kepa in goal, Huyson, Kirks, Cook, Brooks, Christie, Dango, Adams, Kluivert, Semenyo, and Zabarnyi. Now, listen, they are riddled with injuries, as I've just said, but they still have some very, very talented players in that team. Kluivert is one of them. Semenyo, of course, who we all think could do a fantastic job for Newcastle down the right. But he is obviously a danger as well. But if we're being realistic, guys, I think it's a very, very strong Newcastle United lineup. It's a lineup that's certainly good enough to win the game today. And it's a lineup that I expect will win the game today. But, you know, Newcastle United, you just never know. However, 9 out of 9 wins, they have a chance to go 10 out of 10, which would be absolutely in-bloody-credible. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're celebrating another Newcastle United win at the end of the show. Right, let's get some comments and see how you guys are feeling about it. If we're well up, bring Joelinton off on 60 minutes. I think that's supposed to say, Paul, and not just 6 minutes. That's a little bit early, 6 minutes. Short game for Joe, says Phil from Canada. Simon says, hopefully Miley can play some of the second half. I really do want to see Miley play quite a bit of this game. And I would have been happy for Joelinton to be rested today. and Miley given a start. I think he plays very well with Bruno. They've got a really good understanding. I think it would have been a good opportunity. Next week, we go to Southampton, who, of course, let's face it, the whipping boys of the Premier League at the minute, whether you like saying that or not, they are. And it's an opportunity maybe to rest him then. But Eddie will have plans for Joe Linton. Hopefully, I mean, look, he was a bit leggy against Wolves. He may be completely different today. He may be a completely different player. So again, we'll keep an eye on him and we'll see how he gets on. I'm sure that he's going to be at full tilt today. I really do. I think the confidence is sky high, and Joe Linton will be at it today. Let's have a look. Good morning, Jamie from the Cayman Islands. I hope you're well, mate. Everybody's saying hello. Trevor says 3-2 either way, but expect us to win. I don't... 3-2 on the back of the amount of clean sheets we've had. Listen, Bournemouth do provide a risk. I mean, they just come back from Stamford Bridge in midweek, getting a 2-2 draw. We all know that they should have actually won that game and should have won it well. But unfortunately for them, Reece James popped up with a fantastic equaliser 6 minutes into injury time. Shieldsy says it's mental having Miggy in the squad. If he gets injured, that's potential transfer ruined. Look, I think we all expected Miggy to be in the squad today. Eddie said numerous times, he's an important member of the squad at the moment. But like I said yesterday, I do believe that a transfer will happen after the weekend. I think that law will be sewn up and done and dusted by the time Newcastle finish their fixtures this weekend. I may be wrong, but I just get the feeling that it may happen. James says hello from Sacriston. Hello, James from Sacriston. You're watching Paul from Sacriston. So welcome, matey. Hope you're well. KB over in Belfast. Very good afternoon. He's going 4-1 to us. Having a chat there. Sensible Monicus has got my ticket in the kiddie section at Southampton next week. There's a few single tickets left and easy to buy. Absolutely. But it is a hell of a trip. It is a hell of a trip down to Southampton. But Newcastle United, doesn't matter where we play, we take the numbers, don't we? You know what I mean? You look at other people's fans when they either come to St. James's Park or you look on TV and you see the amount of away fans. And you kind of think, is it because of the time of the kickoff, if it's an evening kickoff or something like that? It doesn't matter to Newcastle fans, does it? We are just clearly a mental bunch of people who just love this football club and would travel far and wide to support Newcastle United wherever they played. And that's the beauty of Newcastle United for me. Truth Factory says Isak need to close in on that Vardy record. Well, let's see. Let's see. Choppy saying, where's Sacriston? It's near Durham, mate, God's country. Tom says, Mali and Asula, honestly, they both deserve more minutes, hopefully, today. Well, I think it all depends on how the game goes, mate, to be honest. I think if you look at the game in general, the way the games have gone in the past few weeks, we've been comfortably winning the games by a certain point in the second half, and Eddie will make changes. He will rest players. Look, we all know that after the Southampton game, February is a massive month. We've got some huge games in February, and probably by the end of February will tell us exactly where we are as a squad, because what we've done is take control of these games recently, but we've beaten some big teams still during this run. And if we can continue that into February, then we are going to be right up there. Right up there. I'm not saying we're going to challenge for the title. I don't want to speak too soon, shall we say. But it is a very, very exciting time to be a Newcastle United fan right now. And the fact that, we go into this game with the opportunity to go third in the table, put a little bit of pressure on Nottingham Forest tomorrow, and see what happens. But Forest are playing so well at the minute. You can... the apple cart has been upset for the cartel, hasn't it? And well and truly. They hate it. They hate it. If Isak has a few goals too, I really want to see Asula come in for some minutes. Yeah, undoubtedly. They're starting their strongest 11 available, just like us. It's going to be a challenge. Yeah, it's the strongest available, but it's not the strongest. Our 11 is probably the strongest we've got. It's the number one 11 we've got. Many people could argue, obviously, Pope and Dubravka, where do they stand on that? But I genuinely believe, as it stands right now, this 11 is our strongest 11, without a shadow of a doubt. Bournemouth, they're playing the strongest 11 available, but that's not their strongest 11 possible. So there's a big difference there. And I think we've got to go at them. Hi, Paul. I was a bit harsh last night regarding Longstaff, says Emma. I only hate him as a player, not a person. That's fine, Emma. And I think a lot of people feel that way. You know, they don't like Longstaff as a footballer. As a person, I know firsthand he's a lovely lad. He is a lovely lad. So is his brother. So is his dad. They're a lovely, lovely family. Obviously, I grew up playing ice hockey with Sean's dad. So, you know, I've known Sean since he was like, 2 foot tall. But listen, lovely family. But as a footballer, you know, you have to be honest as a fan, don't you? But listen, Sean could go on and maybe move clubs and have a restart somewhere and be a very important member of that team. But as it stands right now, Eddie does see him as still a very important part of this squad, and he doesn't want to really disrupt anything. So we just have to see what happens with Sean. Jack says, Harry, Paul, I think no matter the score today, Eddie has proved he is the man for the job, takes a top manager and players to go on the run we have, but confident in a result today. How are the lads? Unless you're talking about, unless you ask Karen Carney, who thinks we're just a one-man team. But there you go. I've said my piece on her, and I don't want to keep going on about it. I was away from the phone then. Billy, get well, mate. I've noticed you breathing like he's got well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you, you know, it's not my business to do so, but you know, he is struggling with other things. He's going through a bad time right now, and I'm sure all your well wishes and stuff like that, he'll watch the show, he'll see it, and he really will appreciate it. But I'm sure he'll be back with us very soon. Gavin says, I'm a little bit worried if we give the same amount of chances we give in the last 2 games. For me, that's where we need to be better. I really do think we need to be better. We did concede a lot of chances against Wolves to the point where Wolves will probably be disappointed that they took nothing from the game. And I said that in the reaction. I said that in the review. But we did miss chances as well. Let's be honest. Jose Sarr made some fabulous saves for them and kept them in the game at times. So it could have been 6-7-3. You know, it could have been one of them crazy high-scoring games. It wasn't. It was 3-0. We kept another clean sheet. But I do agree, we need to just tighten up a little bit and stop giving silly chances away. But I don't think we will today, because I think Eddie will have certainly noticed that, you know, against Wolves, and he will have had in training, in the brief time they've had for training, that is, up until this game, I'm sure that would have been addressed. And we just need to shore things up a little bit. But listen, we've got a clean sheet. You know, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, nobody's going to look back and say, oh, Wolves missed a few chances. It goes down in history as a 3-0 win and another clean sheet for Martin Dubravka, which is by far the most important thing from this whole thing, really. The clean sheets keep going up. Miggy maybe clapping the fans as a goodbye. Yeah, I did notice a little clip of he came into the ground, I think, with Joe Linton and Tonali, and there was a kid shouted, "Please don't go," to Miggy, bless him. And Miggy just looked up and smiled. But look, we all know Miggy is a lovely, lovely lad. He's got a fantastic personality. Eddie has spoke about that many, many, many times, what a great person he is. And look, that's fine. And we all know Miggy is a lovely gentleman. And if he does leave, we all wish him the best. I don't think he's a good enough footballer to play for Newcastle United. I've been very open and honest about that. But that is certainly nothing personal against Miggy Almiron. We know he's a lovely bloke, and we'd certainly wish him well. He's had some very, very good moments for Newcastle, some not so good, but at the same time, we would, of course, wish him well. Absolutely. Paul World says, Longstaff, you can see now when he comes on the pitch just how far behind the quality he is from the others. He just hangs on to the ball too long. His football and brain isn't as quick as the likes of Tonali, Bruno, and the elite players around him. But yes, he isn't as quick as them. But he's, Bruno and Tonali, etc. These guys are at an elite level, and Sean isn't going to get that level. Sean has a certain level, and that's it. But that's why I think somebody else to come in, strengthen the squad in the future. Simon says, Bournemouth are a real threat. I am worried that we haven't even had 72 hours. Well, look, they're playing their third game in a week as well. So, especially with their injury crisis, They may well be more fatigued than us. But guys, let's remember, these are professional footballers we're talking about here. They are super, super fit athletes. You know, all the dietary conditions, the training, everything is put in for these particular reason that they can play the 2 games, 3 games in a week, whatever it may be. I'm not particularly worried about that. I think really, if we can get a good start, the crowd get going, the adrenaline's going, I think that takes care of itself. And then we can obviously make substitutions later on in the game, hopefully, when things have gone our way. So don't worry about fatigue too much. Hippie says, good day, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. 3-1 to the Toon. Sabashi says, I will never forget the contribution Miggy afforded us and the spectacular goals he scored. There were many times he got the win for us. I will miss him. Look, I think it's good that people look back with fondness on Miggy and not maybe the end of, the last couple of seasons where he hasn't really been at it. Or, the wonderful goal he scored against PSG in the Champions League, etc. Those are the memories I think people should keep of Miggy if he does go. Because, and rightly so. So let's just hope that, everything goes through for Miggy and he goes back to Atlanta. I think it's a fantastic move to go back to Atlanta, by the way. I think that's the best move that could have come from the whole damn thing, that he's going back to Atlanta. So I do really wish him well if he does leave. Steve says, I'm excited for this one as it's probably the hardest of the next 3. Up the Toon, looking for 3rd place is Ian Heron. Simon says, Longstaff has generally been a reliable squad player. He is no more than that, but that has its place. Daly says, can you please do a shout out for my brother-in-law, Paul Thompson? He never misses a show. Thanks. Paul, good afternoon, matey. Hope you enjoy the game. Paul Feeney is a new member of the channel. Thank you very much for signing up, Paul. Much appreciated. Thank you for your support. Chris says, God bless Billy, man. Indeed. Thank you, Chris. Don't forget to check Chris out at the end of the show, guys. Once we finish here on Matchday Live, Chris at Evermore does a live match reaction, and I do a recorded one. So by the time you finish watching Chris, hopefully my match reaction will also be uploaded. So do check Evermore out. Evermore NUFC straight after one Matchday Live finishes here. Love to see Miggy get the winner. Would hear the crowd cheer all the way down here in Dublin. Is today the day for a goal from a corner? Well, there's a question. There is a question. Linda says, Paul, I lived in Dockway Square, North Shields, Longstaff, as you know, from there. Went to Linskill High School. Are you from North Shields, Paul? No, I'm not. But I played for Whitley Warriors ice hockey team. So that's how I knew David, and that's how I knew the kids. Alexander says, Longstaff is a good player. He is a good squad player, which is really important for a year if we have Champions League. Yeah, look, it's up to the player himself, really, isn't it? I think Sean himself will know that he's not a number 1 choice to be straight in that team because of who we've currently got in the squad. So I think Sean, it's down to him. And if he wants first-team football on a regular basis, I'm just speaking as a fan here, but I don't think he's going to get it at Newcastle, is he? So I think the best thing for Sean, if he wants first-team football, is to look elsewhere. But he may want to stay in and around. He's a Newcastle fan. He's from this area. He loves the club. He may want to stay and be part of the squad and be part of something special that is clearly brewing at Newcastle United. It's really up to him. The Macam Cabby says, do you think you can win the title if you carry on winning? If we carry on winning, yes. But I think, any talk of challenging for the title, I honestly think that if you wait until sort of the end of February, once we've had some very, very big games against some good teams, and see where we are after February, I'll answer that in more general. But at the moment, if we keep winning, then there's nothing to stop us. But, the talk of the title is a long way away yet. I still personally believe Liverpool will win the title. They're having a little bit of a spell at the minute where they're not blasting and winning every game they play. But it's Liverpool, and we know what they're capable of. They may well go on a bad run, which will allow other teams to catch up. I mean, the gap's not that big as it stands anyway. So we'll see. We'll see. Steve says, if after another 3 wins, we still sit second, that will shut the Southern Press up with Isak will leave crap. Yeah, and you can understand, right? If we are up there near second place in the table, why would Isak want to leave? when he has an opportunity to win things. Everybody that's mentioned the Isak transfer has spoke about, he'll want to win trophies, and where will he have a better chance of winning trophies? Well, right now, as it stands, literally now, as it stands, he's got a better chance of winning the trophy, certainly this season, at Newcastle. And that's just fact, because if we do take care of Arsenal in the second leg, we're in a cup final. Simon says, why am I so nervous about this game? I definitely think we'll win, but Bournemouth do scare me slightly more than Arsenal or Tottenham did. We will win. It's kind of a nervous excitement for this one, but we know that Newcastle have struggled against Bournemouth in the past. They've been kind of a bogey team. I don't necessarily think that will be the case today. Now, just to let you know, obviously the game is on TNT Sports, guys. If you're watching it, I'm watching it through my usual provider. So please, if you are watching it and you kick off before me, as on every single match day we do, just hit pause on your TV, wait till I say, right, we're underway, and then we can all watch it together for the rest of the day. We'll all be in sync then. So no spoilers in the chat, guys. I say this every show. You're all subscribers that are taking part in the chat, so please have respect for everybody else. Some people can't watch the game and just listen to the commentary. Some people have the game on with the sound off, listening to the commentary from here as well. So just have respect for everybody, guys. No spoilers, no nothing. I don't want our mods to have to remove anyone, actually, for putting spoilers in. So just wait till I've commentated on it. And then, of course, we can all talk about it in the chat. So, like I say, just hit pause before kickoff, and I'll tell you when I'm underway on my screen. We will all be in sync for the rest of the day. Stephen Rackham with a super chat. Thank you, mate. Optimal Forager says 3-1 to the Toon. How are the lads? And Jim Bob says, hey ho, let's go 2-1 for the Toon. And Villa Down Under with a super chat. Thank you very much. This channel is the best fan channel. Love the passion you all bring. Really hope Toon keep challenging for Europe and the title. Thank you very much for that. That's very kind. As you know, we do welcome all fans on this channel, not just from Newcastle, as long as you're very sensible in the chat. And it's nice to hear. And look, for me, it's great that the likes of Forest, Villa, Newcastle, we're all challenging the cartel, because they absolutely sodden hate it. They really do hate it. Captain Sideways says, Paul, appreciate the effort that goes into putting in the shows together. Congrats on 35k. Best of Billy Stato and Lady Sam. 2-0, I reckon. I think, did I say 2-0? I think I said, no, I might have gone 3-0 again. I don't know. I'm just overconfident at the minute, maybe. Or just confident. We're winning games really well. We're playing well. So why not be bloody confident? I don't know why we can't be. Poppy Pips says Sunderland fans allowed too. Yes, they are. We've got the Mackem Cabby, who is a member of the channel. But the Mackem Cabby is a great guy. He, yes, there's rivalry there, but it's nice because he talks about very sensible. He doesn't take the mickey or anything like that, and that's what we want. All football fans mixing together like that. I don't. Yes, there's a rivalry, but I don't believe in all this utter hatred that we want to kill people for supporting other football clubs. I think it's ridiculous. Trolls, thank you for your super sticker, mate. Very kind. Good that there's no Bilbo. Get well soon, mate. Yeah, he is. Of course, he's a miss. How can you not miss Billy? Yes, indeed. R.I.P. to Dennis Law as well. We're all just human. It's mainly banter. Exactly. That's what it is. Football is banter. Paul World says, draw for the Mackems last night. I still hope they come up for us to get the derby wins. Good afternoon, says David. Everyone hoping we can win both halves and keep a clean sheet. Indeed. Mitch says we should go get Trafford. He has an unreal game yesterday and hates Sunderland. Can I just say that it's really, really crazy, because a lot of people, when James Trafford was being bounced around as the goalkeeper to come into Newcastle, a lot of people were saying, no, we don't want him. However, when they saw him last night against Sunderland, and of course the penalty saves and all that, they're like, oh, let's bring him in. And he's a fantastic goalkeeper, guys. I don't know why people were against him not coming to the football club in the first place. But, football fans, we're all a strange bunch, aren't we? Without a doubt. Paul Guy says, I don't like predicting scores. How choppy, man. Get a prediction in. Come on. George is starting our strongest side available. I'm a happy man. Paul, did you used to go to Monk Seaton High? Your face looks familiar. I didn't go to Monk Seaton High, matey. No, but I did play for Whitley Warriors Ice Hockey Club, which is very close to Monk Seaton, of course. Zion Suzuki is another one that they're looking at the moment. Yeah, there's still more players banded around today. I was gutted about Kubo, guys. I've been spouting out, and so has Lady Sam, about Kubo for God knows how long now. And the fact that, he was not offered as such to Newcastle, but Newcastle were told that he may be available, and Newcastle declined. Not so much for the release clause, but the whole financial package would probably have costed Newcastle a fortune. But then I argue back that if Kubo came to Newcastle, the shirt revenue sales in, over in Asia would be incredible, and we could ramp up the income. But I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know what the money situation is. To be fair to you guys, I really don't. Right, let's get my stream up and running, guys. So remember, no spoilers in the chat, please. Let's all just have a good watch along. If you're watching this, if you're watching on TV, just pause your TV if you're going to kick off before me, and I'll say, right, we're underway, and then we'll all be in sync for the game, guys, okay? No spoilers, because we don't want to throw anyone out of the chat. I'm just looking at the teams now going down in the handshake. Lovely sunshine at St James's Park today, but I have to say it is bitterly cold here in the northeast. It's temperature's been up and down really for quite a few days. We had very mild conditions over the last few days with a sort of 9 and 10 degrees. Now it's plummeted back to 1 and 2 degrees this morning. Anyway, Newcastle United in goal. Martin Dubravka. They have a back four: Livramento, Botman, Byrne, and Hall. Midfield three of Bruno, Joe Linton, and Tonali. And of course, the front three that are on absolute fire right now with Murphy, Isak, and of course, Anthony Gordon. That is how the team lines up. Exactly the same lineup since from the Wolves game. There is a change on the bench. Fabian Schär is back on the bench after his illness. So Eddie continues to stick with Botman, and rightly so. There's no reason at all that Botman should be dropped. It's just the case of you miss some games, somebody comes in and performs really well, they deserve to keep the place. Bournemouth line up with Kepa in goal, and a back four of Cook, Zabani, Hewson, or Hyson, however you want to pronounce that, and Kirkes. Two sitting in front of them are Ryan Christie and Tyler Adams. Then they have David Brooks, Justin Kluivert, and Antoine Semenyo as the three sitting behind their striker, Dango Ouattara. So there you go. That is how Bournemouth line up this afternoon. Riddled with injuries, of course, but we said this on the preview, that the players that Bournemouth have may want to come into the side and just really give the manager something to think about. Saying, let them know that they're there, and they will want to perform and keep their place in the side when the injuries get better. That is how certainly they look at it. Bournemouth playing in a weird green by the looks of things. I know I've got them in a sort of silver top at the minute. It's a weird green, actually, that. Let's see if I can put the configuration right on there and see if I can... It's a very strange green. It's like a... Yeah. Maybe I can. We'll go with that. I'm not sure if that's the exact colour, guys, but it's sort of a weird green that Bournemouth are playing in. But we're almost ready to go. As I say, if you are ahead of me, please do just hit pause. I'll tell you when I'm underway, and just press play, and we will all be in sync for the game. It is Newcastle United. It's Bournemouth. It's St James's Park, and St James's Park is absolutely packed to the rafters again, as you'd expect. A very early start for a lot of people this morning to get to the ground. Beverages had. Newcastle will kick off, and we are attacking the Leazes end once again in the first half, which means Bruno must have won the toss. And we are ready to go with Alexander Isak. Just waiting for the referees go ahead. And we are off. Here we go, guys. Newcastle United against Bournemouth, live on the Toon Review, Matchday Live. And immediately the ball is back with Martin Dubravka. Closed down very quickly. That's a lovely ball by Tonali, out and out to Livramento. First time ball to Bruno. Bruno has Murphy, but plays it off the Bournemouth player for a Newcastle throw, which he leaves for Livramento to take. And will we get that fast start from Newcastle United, which you didn't really see against Wolves? Stuart Atwell is the referee, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. As Joe Linton gets up for a header, Murphy trying to chase that down. And it's a long ball out of play again for a Newcastle throw. So a couple of throws in these opening minutes of the game. Yeah, Semenyo battle axe. I really do like Semenyo. And, me and Billy pointed that out, actually, at the Bournemouth away game, just how good Semenyo was. He's a real talent and somebody to keep an eye on. As Murphy battles for the ball now over on that far side. Tonali has it. And unfortunately, he's ran out of play, and Bournemouth now have a throw-in. Very scrappy opening to the game. Nothing special going on in the opening couple of minutes. The players just need to adjust to the kick-off time and just warm up a little bit, as that is a long ball across looking for Brooks. Brooks will keep this in. He tries to go around Lewis Hall. He's done that. Brilliant play from Brooks, but there is Tonali to sweep up the pieces and clear the ball towards Isak. But there's exactly what Bournemouth can do. Everyone, Brooks flying down the right-hand side there, beat Lewis Hall, pulled the ball back, but great backtracking by Tonali. But Lewis Hall looks a little bit off the pace here as Clivert brings it forward again for Bournemouth. This is a nice move again. Brooks trying to play it through for, well, I'm going to call him Zabani because that's his name, isn't it? Really, he's got a very strange name. As Botman there to clear. Gordon can't get there. And this is a very, very positive start from Bournemouth. Brooks again trying to go past Lewis Hall. Hall defends this well this time, and it's out for a throw-in. Somebody's saying no clock, Paul. Well, there is. What's that? Look to the left of your screen. There's a clock and a scoreboard there. I think some people need to, I've got a bigger scoreboard on because it's just me on today, so I don't need to put the smaller one on. So you've got the big scoreboard today. Now, Byrne has it, plays it across to Botman just outside his own penalty area here, into Bruno. Bruno back to Dubravka. Pressed very high up the pitch. Bournemouth obviously making sure that Newcastle find it difficult to play it out. Here's Dan Byrne again. Low ball, a terrible ball from Dan Byrne. Really nowhere near hitting his destination. Clivert to Brooks. Brooks, in comes the cross. It's a great save, Martin Dubravka, and the rebound is smashed over the bar by Semenyo. That is a massive chance for Bournemouth in the first couple of minutes. And it's Martin Dubravka who makes a brilliant save. It was a terrible clearance from Byrne, and it's just floated into the box here by Brooks. He's onside. He gets the flick on. It's a brilliant save to his right from Dubravka, and Semenyo has hammered the rebound over the bar. But that is the warning, ladies and gentlemen. That is the warning of what Bournemouth can do. And we were certainly ripped open there, but great stop from Dubravka. And we need to wake up a little bit here because it hasn't been a great start. And here come Bournemouth again. Brooks and Clivert seem to be seeing a lot of the ball, by the way. Here comes over the far side now for Cook. Cook will try and get a first-time crossing. It's bouncing around in our penalty area. Byrne hooks it away. And that's going to go for a throw for Bournemouth. A very positive first 5 minutes for Bournemouth here. What a big chance. What a big chance that was. But to be fair to Dubravka, he read it really well and made a brilliant save. Really good reflexes from the Newcastle goalkeeper. Zabani now gets it back, playing at centre-back, of course. Long ball forward again. And here goes Semenyo down the far side. Semenyo with pace running against Murphy this time. Newcastle trying to get back and make sure that there's no holes in the back four here. Van Bulo, thank you for your super chat. Wake up call. Huyson is also quality. Yes, he is. Bournemouth controlling the play very early doors here, guys. It's not been a great 5 minutes. But it's very, very, very early days as yet. Very early days. But that's a great ball through for Semenyo again into the box. Pulls it back. And Bournemouth take the lead. And that was coming straight away. And it's, I believe, Justin Clivett who's bloody hell buried it in the corner. And Bournemouth have the lead after 5 minutes. And that was coming ever since the kickoff. We have not started this game at all, and Bournemouth have scored first in the first 5 minutes of the game. Brilliant ball through for Semenyo. He pulled it back. Clivett left-footed into the far corner, and the Toon have work to do very, very early in this game. It's Newcastle 0, Bournemouth 1. Just seeing this goal again. Brilliant, brilliant through ball for Semenyo. Clearly onside. Clivett just hangs back. Brilliant pullback, and that is a fabulous finish. Absolutely brilliant finish from Clivett. But poor defending again. Murphy just let Clivett go, didn't pick him up, and it smashed into the corner. It's a brilliant finish, I have to say. But again, defensively, Murphy loses his man, and it's a brilliant shot into the far corner. And the clean sheet has gone, ladies and gentlemen. It is Newcastle 0, Bournemouth 1. And now we have to wake up, as we do. We're coming down the right-hand side now. Here's Tonali at the byline. Pulls it back across, but really was stretching on that from the ball from Bruno. But that was better from Newcastle. But Bournemouth, we know they're on form. They're playing really well, despite the injuries that they have. And Newcastle, again, scrappy as it goes high into the air. Bounces down for Tonali. Tonali, a beautiful flick for Isak. Isak now, and he's blocked off there. Good defending. Couldn't quite get the ball out to Gordon quick enough, and it's out on the far side now for a throw-in to Newcastle. Well, this is certainly not the start we wanted, guys. It is not the start we wanted. We're just not getting on the ball. But this could be a chance now for Gordon. Gordon into Bruno. Bruno on a stretch. Can't get there. It was a poor ball by Gordon, put way too far in front. And now Brooks on this near side for Bournemouth as they come back at us again. And then there's a foul on Brooks. What a start for Bournemouth. Couldn't have asked for a better start. And Newcastle just haven't woken up. I mean, Semenyo made a great run, wasn't picked up, and the pullback for Clivett was fantastic, and really, Murphy had just switched off. But still a lot of time to go here. Plenty time. Let's not panic. But Bournemouth have a free kick here in which they can cause us more problems. Brooks left-footed into the penalty area to the far side. Joe Linton gets his head to it. Bounces free now for Christie. Christie to Semenyo. Semenyo with 2 Newcastle players. He's burst through again. And Tonali has to come back and clear it for a corner. Semenyo is causing so many problems here. But if that wasn't for Sandro Tonali, we were in big trouble there. He skips his way past Murphy and Livramento into the penalty area. He tries to play it across. But Sandro Tonali is there to block the ball out for a corner. And Tonali has saved us a couple of times. Semenyo has hurt himself in that run. He's limping a little bit. Don't think it's serious. He might just jarred something there. But wow, he is causing us some big, big problems in the first 10 minutes of this game. Corner to Bournemouth, in it comes. Cleared away by Gordon. Bruno. Not much on that, though. And the cross comes in again low. Isak this time is there. Touched by Murphy. And Newcastle try and break quickly now with Bruno. Bruno is tackled. And no foul, says the referee. Bruno is down, injured. He's got to get up, though. It was a good, clean tackle. Bruno trying to bring it out of defence again, but this time he was caught. And Bournemouth look way, way more on this game than we do at the minute, it's fair to say. They've played some great stuff early doors. Especially this guy, Semenyo on the ball again. Christie now. Back to Semenyo. Christie. Semenyo. The movement of Bournemouth is just far quicker than us. Adams across now to Zabani, and he hits it long, looking for Brooks down the right-hand side, but he's overhit that, and it comes back to Martin Dubravka. And we need a reset here. We really need a reset. Bournemouth have come with a very, very, well, attacking game plan, as we knew they would. They're a very attacking side. And we have struggled, very much so, in the opening minutes of this game, as Lewis Hall is closed down, throw into Bournemouth. James Bradley says, Bournemouth look how we usually look. Yeah, they do. They do. They've started the game extremely well here. Coming up to 11 minutes gone at St James's Park. Newcastle 0, Bournemouth 1. Justin Clivett in the 5th minute. But really, you could see the goal coming from the opening kickoff. We just haven't got going yet. And Eddie Howe looks a very frustrated man, and he's got to be with the start we've made here. Clivett now, Isak, nice little 1-2 there with Joe Linton. Clivett tries to skip inside, but he's tackled, throw into Newcastle just inside the Bournemouth half. And Tonali will leave this for Lewis Hall to take. I mean, look, we know that if we get going and we warm up a little bit, we can start playing some football here, which we need to do. It's very early on in the game. And, of course, the mindset is not to panic. And Dan Burn now has the ball. Little 1-2 with Lewis Hall. But, again, good pressing from Bournemouth. Has to go back to Dubravka. Burn. And now Hall again. Closed down very, very quickly by Brooks, but a lovely ball by Lewis Hall into Bruno, who brings it away. Bruno, Isak now. Good ball to Joe Linton. This is better from Newcastle. Out to Murphy. Murphy's got Livramento ahead of him. Doesn't use him. Comes back inside to Bruno. Bruno this time does have Tino Livramento. And again, good overlap from Murphy, but Livramento to Bruno. Back to Livramento, but he can't take it with him. And it's back with Kepa in the Bournemouth goal. First real attack of the game for Newcastle. Our first passing phase, and some good work there, but it didn't quite come off there. The fight. I don't think Livramento was really realizing that Bruno was going to play him in there, but that's a good interception from Murphy. And now Bruno, good bit of play again. Bruno continues the run. Good tackle, very strong tackle, but I think the referees give a free kick. And, well, there's fury kicking off here. Isak is absolutely furious. It's Tyler Adams that came in with a tackle. Bruno is still down. I mean, initially didn't look much of that. Cook is now speaking to Atwell as well. So Isak was furious with the tackle from Tyler Adams. I don't think he's going to get booked here. I think the referee's just giving him a talking to. Clivett's making his mouth go. Just seen the replay here. I mean, for me, that's a good old-fashioned tackle, lad. He won the ball. I don't mind seeing tackles like that in football. I don't think it was dangerous. Kendo says dangerous. I'm not sure. I think it's a very, very good tackle. I mean, what is football becoming? I mean, Stuart Pearce put those tackles in every frigging week. Where's the physicality gone out of football? I know I'm a Newcastle United fan and I should be, give him a yellow card, but it was a good tackle, that. I'm not going to deny it. But good to see Isak sticking up for his skipper, though. But I think when they look back at that, they'll all probably say, yeah. But in comes the free kick from Gordon. It's headed away. It's not a very good free kick, I'm afraid. And back out again. And Hall's been messing around there, and he's lost the ball. Dango's making a great run here, but there's Livramento coming back. And great defending, Tino Livramento. Now Joe Linton. Got to be careful here. And he does well. He does really well. And now Murphy. Nice little ball into Gordon. Gordon back to Murphy. Murphy can get on his bike here. It's a 4-3 if Newcastle are quick enough. Tonali now on the left-hand side. Tonali looking to take on Cook. Tonali does really, really well, but again, just ran out of room and Bournemouth get the ball back. In goes Joe Linton with a tackle. No foul, says the referee. Cook furious, thought it was a foul, but it's not. He got the ball just like your player did. But I tell you what, I mean, Bournemouth do look a very, very competent side, I have to say. Certainly the first 15 minutes of the game, they've been the better side by a country bloody mile. And they're coming back again with Clivert here. They are really causing us some problems when they're on the attack. Clivert to Adams. Cook now, back to Adams. Adams has got Christie square of him. Doesn't use him, goes back to the centre-back, Zabanye. And Hyson now brings it forward for Bournemouth. Again, he's got the left-hand side free. Livramento, though, is tracking Semenyo. There's obviously a game plan there for Livramento to keep an eye on him. Semenyo again for Bournemouth. Now Tyler Adams. Back to Semenyo. Bournemouth controlling the game at the moment. But that was better pressing from Joe Linton. And now a long ball again, looking for Semenyo. Murphy is back there, but it's a terrible clearance by him. And he's just really fluffed on the ball, and it's gone out to play for a Bournemouth throw. Which Kirkes comes and takes it quickly. Good defender by Botman, but he can't get the ball under control. And he's given it straight to Semenyo. And Clivert again's taking that space on the edge of the box. Semenyo, Kirkes, ball comes in, headed away by Newcastle. And we're under the cosh again. In comes another cross. It's a very deep one. I don't think anybody was expecting that. And Gordon lets it run out for a throw-in. Takes it quickly down to Lewis Hall. Hall back to Gordon. Gordon to Joe Linton, but he can't get the 1-2 going. But Newcastle win a throw-in. This has not been good. The first 16, guys, 17 minutes of this game, it has not been good. Bournemouth lead by 1-0. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Matchday Live here on the Toon Review. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel and you like what you see. Come and be part of this wonderful community. As Tonali just high in the air, Joe Linton wants to win that and does win it. He wanted that more than anybody else. Bruno is brought down, free kick to Newcastle. Tyler Adams again complaining. I don't understand why he's not booting. Clivert again making his mouth go. Ian Chilvers, a member for 2 years on the channel. Thank you very much, Ian. Whole team looks tired. Yeah, well, Bournemouth have had the same amount of games. I mean, Adams comes down, brings... I mean, Justin Clivert keeps making his mouth go as well. And he's claiming that Bruno got an elbow up. Give our man. Yeah, we know Clivert likes to get stuck in and cause a bit of a rattery. Dubravka takes the free kick high towards the Bournemouth penalty area. Headed down. Joe Linton gets there first. Joe Linton plays it wide, looking for Murphy. Murphy can't get the ball across, and it's deflected off his chest for a Bournemouth goal kick. Very, very frustrating, guys. I mean, it hits the arm of Kirkes there, but he had it right tucked down by his side. No way can you give anything for that. And we remain at 1-0 to Bournemouth. I mean, they're having a blistering season. I know, you know, we're having a good one as well, but they are having a fantastic season. Yeah, I'm not subscribing to this tiredness malarkey. I'm really not. You know, we're just not. We're not up for this game as much as we should be here. Bournemouth are getting to every ball first, and here's Dango going on a run. Great tackle by Dan Burn. He wants the goal kick. He's going to get the goal kick. As Dan Burn tries to get the crowd going there. Dango is furious. Yeah, I think it should have been a corner, to be fair. That's a terrible decision, but I will take it. Given the way this game's going so far, we will take that. And Dubravka's going to launch this upfield. Isak jumps, gets a little flick on. Murphy can't get there before Kirkes. He plays it long again. Brooks and Hall going up for a challenge. Hall wins it. And Tonali can break away for Newcastle. Tonali down this left-hand side. Needs support here. He's made a great headway, but Clivert is back there helping him. But great work by Tonali. And now Gordon just can't get in there. But Tonali's had a brilliant start to this game. He's been everywhere for Newcastle. Here's Bruno. Now to Murphy. He's got an overlap from Livramento, but he was tracked by Semenyo. Now we're just passing around on the edge of the box with Joe Linton to Lewis Hall. Hall now back to Burn on the halfway line. And this is, again, a sense of where Bournemouth are pressing us. They're forcing us back. And that's not how we like to play, to be honest. He is Gordon, and he's pushed over by Cook, and that's a free kick. Literally, Bournemouth, every foul, they're kicking off with the referee. I mean, I don't know how Cook thinks he can get away with that, but we've taken it quickly. And Joe Linton now into Gordon. Gordon in the penalty area. Left-footed ball across. Isak lays it back. Bruno. Joe Linton, he skies it over the bar. Best opportunity of the game for Newcastle United. Joe Linton on the edge of the box. And it's a really good idea to take the free kick quickly. Joe Linton breaks with it. Finds Gordon. His ball comes in. Isak can't quite bring it down. It comes to Bruno. Lays it off for Joe Linton. And he skies it over the bar. And once again, Bournemouth kicking off with the referee. I've got no idea why they're going at the referee so much. Pathetic. And Semenya's down now. I mean, if he has to go off, that's going to be a huge bonus for us. I mean, I know he got injured earlier on, didn't he? Ronan Tyrrell with the super chat. This ain't tiredness. We've seen this team do this often. Look at AG body language. He's had about 5 touches. Yeah, look, let's not panic. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. We don't want to overreact or anything like that. You know, we've been playing superb football. Let's just have a bit of faith in this football team. It hasn't gone our way first 20-odd minutes, but plenty of time left. Semenya's got a problem here with it. It looks like his left, just above his left foot, the very bottom of the shin. We're seeing where he got that injury. It was where he darted around. I don't know where he picked that up, but whether it was through running or not, I don't know. I mean, Tonali came across, took it out for a corner. Semenya jogged 5 or 6 yards and then suddenly started limping. It's definitely causing him a bit of problem here. And I have to say, I mean, you know, he's a quality player. And if Bournemouth lose him, that takes away a lot of their left-hand side. And certainly the way he's been playing so far. Apparently he's rolled his ankle, says Ali B. Why are you listening to TNT? But never mind. Anyway, goal kick to Bournemouth. And Kepa's going to hit this long. Joe Linton is underneath this. Brings it down. Gordon can't keep it. I mean, that was a difficult pass from Joe Linton to control. But I think Bournemouth are going to be extremely happy with the way this first part of the first half has gone. Newcastle haven't tested Kepa at all. A couple of shots over the bar. Anthony Gordon hits it long towards Isak. Isak gives chase. Hyson comes across and deals with it for Bournemouth. Throw into Newcastle midway through the Bournemouth half. And it's now with Isak. Oh, lovely turn by Isak. Great ball in for Joe Linton. Joe Linton spreads it out to the right now to Tino Livramento. This is where we've got a 2-on-1. Livramento's ball in is terrible, but it bounces away for a corner. And again, just that first man that Livramento couldn't clear there. Gets the ball, looks to whip it in, but unfortunately doesn't clear the first man, but the deflection takes a big spin and goes out for a corner. First corner of the game. I think we've already had one, haven't we? It might have been a free kick, but anyway, it's a corner. It'd be lovely to score from a corner this time, I have to say. Absolutely lovely. Gordon's going to take this one, so it's going to be an outswinger. In it comes, and again, it's a terrible corner. Can't clear the first man. Gordon's got the ball back again and wins another corner. And this time he tells Lewis Hall to come across and take it. The balls into the box have been very, very poor so far from Newcastle. Just can't clear the first man. And you know, there's a couple of weeks ago we had some really good corners and some good little 1-2s from the corners, and we clearly done some work on the training ground. But at the moment, our crossing is terrible. Hall, that's a better one, and it's in the net, and it's Bruno who's got the equaliser. It's a brilliant header from Bruno. It was a brilliant corner, and we have scored from a corner, ladies and gentlemen, and it's 1-1 at St James's Park. Fantastic header from Bruno. No chance for Kepa in the goal, and Newcastle United are celebrating being 1-1. And Jesus, I've lost my mouse, guys, because I tell you what, it's time to grab your granny because she's going to Phoenix to buy some lipstick. It's 1-1. Well, I'll tell you what, it was slightly behind Bruno, but he got a really good header on it. Kepa got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. And I tell you what, that is just what we need to get us going, to be honest. And now Joe Linton breaking away, gives it to Anthony Gordon. Will that get the tails up for Newcastle now? We needed that goal. Gordon, brilliant run by Gordon. Hall on his right foot, crosses in. It's another corner to Newcastle. Zabani heads it away. And I tell you what, tails are up. Tails are up. But God, did we need that goal. Just, football is a strange game. And I tell you what, a goal does wonders for you. And to get the equaliser when we're not really playing well at all, whew, just what you need. But that's a sign of a team, guys, that can just never give up. Now we do take a short corner. Here's Tonali. Lays it to Gordon on the edge of the box. It's not great from Gordon, but it comes to Murphy. Murphy turns, hits it, deflected. Comes to Tonali on the left-hand side of the box. I'm not sure what Tonali's trying there, whether he's trying to lob the goalkeeper or not. But it sails out for a goal kick. But that's better from Newcastle. And that's what we used to with Newcastle, driving forward like that. I mean, for me, Gordon has to be a bit better. Gordon's final ball at the moment just is all over the place. I mean, Murphy tried a shot from 40 yards, and I've no idea. I don't know what's happened to the scoreboard, guys. This happened the other night. I'll just reset it. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. There you go. You got it back. You've got it back. As Botman now has to do some defending. I'm not sure why he didn't go back to Dubravka there, but he decided to clear it right-footed into the east stand. Semenyo has the ball now for Bournemouth. Kirkes back to Husen or Hyson. And he will play it across to Zabani. He will bring it over the halfway line for Bournemouth. Now to Brooks. Brooks down the line for Dango. Dango, though, is tackled by Byrne. Now Gordon. Gordon to Bruno. That's brilliant football from Newcastle. What a touch by Bruno. Joe Linton tries to bring it away, but he's tackled. Too much of a heavy touch there from Joe Linton. And Bournemouth have the ball back now with Brooks. Play it inside to Clivett. Clivett running at Byrne in the box. It's still Justin Clivett. Clips a left-footed ball towards the back post, but Livramento's there. Bruno's got to be careful here. And it's a headed clearance. And Joe Linton is thrown to the floor there. And how many times did Bournemouth getting away with this? And especially the descent towards the referee. Christie literally throws Joe Linton to the floor. It's a clear foul. Christie puts his arms out to say, what did I do? What did I do? Clear as day. And Bournemouth have certainly tried quite a bit of shithousery in the first half. Predator, member for 20 months on the channel. Thank you, mate. Please send my well wishes to Billy, please, Paul. Hope to see him back soon. Thank you, mate. Anyway, Dubravka, free kick now. Looks out to this left-hand side towards Joe Linton. Cook is there. Byrne now. Joe Linton. Just not quite still. The passing is just a little bit off right now. As Byrne sends the ball into the Milburn stand for a throw into Bournemouth. And Cook will take the throw. Zabani now. Across to Hyson. Christie being pressured well by Bruno, but a good ball to Semenyo. Livramento sticks very close to him this time, but Semenyo turns and disappears. And of course, he's predominantly plays on the right, Semenyo, but he's on the left today because of the injuries, and he looks as comfortable there as he does on the right. Christie for Bournemouth. Adams now. As again, they try and unlock the Newcastle defence, but it's a careless pass, and Isak picks it up, but his control is not great, and he's lost the ball. Newcastle still not really at the races, to be fair. Trolls with a super chat, but we'll come to that in a minute because Cook's racing into the box. He's beaten all the defenders. It comes to Dango, but he's turning, he's twisting and turning, and then eventually the space just ran out for him. But how did Cook get that much space down the right-hand side? Here's Semenyo in the box for Bournemouth. 4 Newcastle players are around him, but he's done brilliant to get it back to Kirkes. In comes across again. It's very deep, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Newcastle all over the shop. Absolutely all over the place right now. Trolls with a super chat. Get well soon, Billy Trey. You are missed. Thank you, Trolls. Much appreciated, buddy. Spike says passing is too soft, too hard, and not close enough. The passing's all over the place. It really is. Need to get our act together here. Really do. Lewis Hall. I still don't know how Cook found that amount of room down the right-hand side. And that is dreadful from Dan Burn. He's passed the ball across the box, in between Botman and Livramento, and straight out for a throw-in. Dear me, talk about sloppy. That is garbage. Very, very unlike us, to be honest, the way we've been playing. Very unlike us. And now Bournemouth have a throw-in. Kirkes looks like he's going to go long with this one. Indeed, he does. Into the penalty area. Joe Linton heads it away. Isak, that's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful, but we win it back. Bruno chopped down on the edge of the box by Kirkes. That one's hurt him. And still no yellow cards for Bournemouth. Some of the tackles we've seen here are absolutely dreadful. Oh, he stood on his left foot there. That's a real painful one for Bruno. Studs on top of his foot. Nasty. Nasty. But anyhow, we want to get these players in. I mean, there's still 15 minutes to go to half-time. He will want to get these players in and just, just calm things down. Burn. Again, dreadful. Gordon just left the ball. And here comes Clivett again. Ball inside. Christie with a shot. It's terribly wide. Christie claims that there was a deflection. The referee's given a goal kick. But again, Dan Burn's pass was dreadful. Well, saying it was dreadful, Gordon just left it. It's a dreadful finish by Christie, actually, and he's trying to claim a corner. Well, I think he should have, actually. It did take a brush off Livramento. However, I don't care. We get the ball back. Gordon screaming at somebody there. I don't know whether he's screaming at Tonali or Bruno or one of the centre-backs. But the ball from Burn, it was hit with pace. Gordon left it as if it was going to go to Isak, but Gordon's miles off the pace today. Give away the ball a lot of times, but listen, let's just get a reset here. We've clawed our way back into it. It's 1-1, and there's still plenty of time left in this game. Cook with a throw-in. Wagner with a super chat. The passing from the back line has been horrible. Tonali won't do S if you don't give him the ball. Tonali's been our best player by a country mile at the minute. He's been all over the pitch. As a left-footed ball now for Isak. Takes it down beautifully. Looking for the runner. Gordon just couldn't play him in. That's better pressing from Newcastle, though. Kirkes, is he going to keep that in? Yes, he is. Brilliant from the fullback there for Bournemouth. Dango can't do anything with it, though, and we win it back with Livramento. Turns, brings it forward. Bruno. Now back to Tonali, just to settle things down a little bit here. Burn, Joe Linton, and now Tonali. A little bit of time inside the centre circle. Plays it out wide now for Murphy. Murphy gets on his bike. Supported by Livramento, but plays it inside for Bruno. Murphy's made a great run, but again, a little lucky deflection for Bournemouth kills that move off. Bruno through the eye of a needle again, which we know he can do from the goal we scored against Wolves. There's a blatant dive, and Tyler Adams gets a free kick. Bournemouth's shithousery in this first half has been quite incredible, to be honest. And that's a shoulder-to-shoulder. I mean, Isak did that in his own penalty area against Wolves, and there wasn't even a hesitation of offside, of a penalty, sorry. So you do that literally on the field, and it's a foul. Tonali just out-muscled Tyler Adams there. Down he goes. Free kick to Bournemouth. Long free kick. And Tino Livramento just switched off for a second, but recovered well. And now Joe Linton. But again, Bournemouth really quick into the challenges. Now, the question is, Bournemouth, I mean, can they keep this pace up is the question. I know we've played games. However, things are very different with us because Bournemouth have a lot of injuries. It's hard, but listen, I don't think fatigue will come into this for us. I think we've got to go at them. Just go change the way we're playing because we're letting them in so many times. As Joe Linton goes up for a header, he's penalised for a foul. Jeffrey Brunt with a super chat saying, get well soon, Billy T. Thank you, mate. And Dan Robinson with a super chat says, to me, it's obvious the Premier League is scared of NUFC, so they let everyone kick the crap out of our players to injure us or exhaust us. PIF need to step up. Well, Atwell's now having a chat with Joe Linton. I mean, all Joe Linton did was challenge for a header there. There was nothing in that. I mean, his hand comes up, and as Joe Linton's preparing to jump for the header, his hand comes up in Zabani's face. But as soon as they feel a hand in the face, they go down like they've been shot with a bullet. Honestly. Anyway, Kepa will take the free kick for Bournemouth, centred towards Newcastle United's penalty area. Livramento jumps with Semenya. Semenya manages to bring it down. Tyler Adams now. Kirkez and Christie. Back to Semenya. He cuts inside now, looking for options to play through. Dango's waiting in the penalty box. But it's back with Tyler Adams now as they try and switch it, but Newcastle block the lanes. It's back with Ryan Christie again. This time it will come into the box. Byrne is there to head it away. He can deal with them all day. Joe Linton picks the ball up now. Just won't drop for him, but he does really well. Gets it to Lewis Hall. Hall pulls it back inside for Gordon. Murphy is free on the right-hand side. Gordon doesn't use him. Instead, he goes through the middle. There's a good ball to Bruno. That's better from Newcastle. Now Murphy. Can he get it across? In it comes. It wasn't the best ball from Murphy, but it comes back to Bruno on the edge of the box. Bruno into Joe Linton. Spins, hits a shot, deflected into the arms of the goalkeeper. Brett Miller's been a member for 5 months on the channel. Thank you, Brett. Great commentary as usual, Paul. Appreciate how much dedication and work you and TDR put into our number one channel. Get well soon, Billy. Thank you, Brett. Really kind words. Kepa has the ball back now, and he will go long. We know when Kepa goes long that Newcastle just need to be on the toes a little bit. And a foul given there. I don't know what the hell that was for. And the Bournemouth manager is absolutely foaming with that decision. I don't know what that was for there, to be fair. I have no idea. It was just a challenge for a ball, and then he gives a free kick to Newcastle. Opportunity now to push the ball towards the penalty area again. Dubravka takes it, clips it forward, looking for one of the centre-backs, doesn't find anybody, and nobody challenging Tyler Adams there. And Bournemouth can break here if they play quick enough. But Joe Linton comes back there. But great play from Dango. And he gets away and now makes way towards the penalty area. Dango, he's always looking to shoot. Newcastle have men back, but well played. Tyler Adams now out to Cook. Cook will send the ball across again. And it's Dango with a header. And it was too high for him, really. He was on the stretch and it's over the bar. But again, Bournemouth by far stretching us more and more as the game goes on at the minute. They do look so dangerous on the attack. But it was just a little bit high for Dango there on the stretch and couldn't get the header on target, and it drops out for a goal kick. 39 minutes gone. Newcastle United won at Bournemouth, won at St James's Park. But Bournemouth have been by clear the better side so far. Dr. House, a member for 22 months. Thank you. Get well soon, Billy, and thoughts on Shea coming on for Burn at half-time. Paul, for some better passing at the back. Great commentary as always. I don't think you make that change at half-time, to be honest, but we are so poor at the minute. Giving the ball away again. Clivert gets it back to Christie. Joe Linton in with a good, solid tackle. And Bruno brings it away now to Anthony Gordon. Gordon on the run through the middle of the park. Plays a ball towards Isak. It was never getting there. And it was cleared, but only as far as Livramento. Now to Murphy. Murphy inside for Bruno. Bruno looking for options. Gets it from Anthony Gordon. Left foot shot! Oh, sails just wide. It's a corner to Newcastle, so it either took a deflection or Kepa's made an outstanding save there. But that was so much better. Gordon with a left foot shot. Yeah, took a deflection. Just goes wide of the near post, actually. Kepa was beaten all ends up by the deflection, but it's out for a corner. And this is where we scored our first goal from. It's going to be Lewis Hall to whip this in again. Same again, please, would be lovely. This is a very deep corner this time. Looking for Botman. Botman gets his head to it. And it's deflected off Cook for another corner, this time at the other side. Bit of Newcastle United pressure ramping up here. 5 minutes to half time. I'd love to see, I don't know about you guys, but I would love to see Tonali take a free kick. I really would, or a corner. Bruno's come across to take this one. Gordon's clearly not happy with the way his set pieces are going. Bruno now, again, right to the back post, and it sails away. I think there's a foul in there, actually, and a free kick to Bournemouth. It was a dangerous corner, that from Bruno. Sent it towards the back post. Kepa was on the stretch, but nothing becomes of it, and it remains 1-1 as we enter the final part of the first half. Now, we'll try and play it out here, or will Kepa go long? It looks like he's going to go long. Indeed, he does. High into the sky it goes. And Brooks tries to flick it on, but Lewis Hall manages to leave it. Runs out for a throw-in. Quick throw-in taken. Burn. And it's with Botman now. Back to Dan Burn. Hall. Long ball forward. It's to absolutely nobody. There's just nobody there. We don't want to get into the habit of doing that. Just hitting the ball, just belt it forward and see if anyone gets onto it. That's not how we tend to play. Gordon now to Bruno. Bruno's had a brilliant first half, by the way. He's really come into this. Him and Tonali have played really well. But unfortunately, the front guys not quite at it at the minute. Here's Joe Linton on the edge of the box. Tries to roll it back for Bruno, but he was never getting there. And Bournemouth break quickly with Kluivert. Kluivert's already over the halfway line. Looks for options. Kluivert into Dango, but can't get there. But it comes to Brooks on the right-hand side. He gets an overlap from Cook, but Brooks comes on his left. Crosses it in. That's too deep. And it's all the way out for a goal kick. But again, they are so quick on the break, Bournemouth. And they've got some very quick guys up front. And luckily for us, nothing comes of it. Rob is a new member of the channel. Thank you very much for signing up, Rob, and thank you for your ongoing support. Really do appreciate that, pal. Yeah, the cross was meant for Dango at the back post, but again, it was just too hit too deep. And now Dubravka is going to send this long again. Coming up to 43 minutes gone in the game. Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 1. Please do keep subscribing if you are new to the channel and you like what you see, guys. Fantastic community we have on the Toon Review. And, of course, don't forget to give it a like if you're enjoying the commentary. Livramento caught there by Semenya, and that is going to be a free kick. He is such a dangerous player, Semenya. I would love to see him in a black and white shirt. I mean, considering he's normally on the right, he's played left today and been dominant. And Bruno's got to be careful. He's lost the ball on the edge of the box here. This is a chance again for Kluivert. 2-1 to Bournemouth. And again, absolutely shocking defending from Bruno. He gives it away and he's totally undone his goal by that. And Kluivert slips it home right before half-time. And it is 2-1 to Bournemouth. James Jones, a member for a month, says it's just sloppy at the moment. And just as he sent that, Bruno gives the ball away criminally on the edge of the box. Dango breaks away, and the rest is history. Lovely ball into Kluivert. And to be fair, Kluivert had to take it very quickly, and he certainly did that. No chance for Dubravka. And it's 2-1 Bournemouth. Oh, my goodness me. I mean, that's just not good enough. Oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Not great. Now we've got work to do. That's a perfect time for Bournemouth to score their second goal, by the way. But they deserve it. We've been tragic this first half. Nowhere near like our normal selves. Not a patch. And we definitely need to wake up in the second half. We know what we're capable of. But Bruno's done that lots and lots of times this season. And he's gone down and we've got free kicks. And we've always said it's been a worry when he does that. He hangs on the ball a little bit on the edge of the box. And this time he's caught out and punished. 4 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half. Livramento makes his way at the byline. Cross comes in. Bournemouth deal with it. Clear it high into the air. Lewis Hall, oh, he can't bring it down. And Kluivert's away. And they've got options here because Brooks is going right through the middle of the park. Brooks, can he get a shot away? Hall's there with him. And Bournemouth win a corner. Holy shit, man. What are we doing here? We are all over the sodden place right now. I mean, Hall tried to bring that out of the air. He took a really heavy touch. Kluivert gets going. Brooks would have probably have looked to have taken that on the edge of the box. But Hall gets the ground back and wins the ball for a corner. But this is shocking. I mean, this is really bad. Bournemouth are excelling on the break right now. They are just ripping us apart on the break. And it's because we're losing the ball so easily. As Kluivert comes across to take the corner, we need to be on our guard here. In comes the corner, right to the back post. The ball bouncing around in the area, and suddenly out comes the goalkeeper, Dubravka, and catches it. He wants to get on with it very quickly, and he does to Isak, who's been pretty anonymous in this first half. But he plays a lovely ball down the line now to Gordon. Gordon looking to step inside the box, gets to the byline. There ain't anybody in the box for Newcastle. Joe Linton, the furthest forward player. There's nobody there for Newcastle. And I hate to say this, guys, but this takes us back to before the good run started. That's how we're playing. Nobody in the box, etc. And Eddie Howe needs to get these players in. They need to get in the dressing room and sort this out. Number 9, a member for 11 months on the channel, says we have to start making more of our chances. Well, we need to create some first. And Hall plays the ball down the line for Gordon. It's a great ball. Gordon will get there. Tucks it back on his right, tries to get a cross in and is blocked. He's had a bad first half as well. He's had a really bad first half, Gordon. His passing and he's been all over the shop. But now Lewis Hall. Back to Tonali. Tonali to Byrne. And now across to Botman as we switch sides. Botman, good ball down to Murphy. Murphy has Bruno inside of him. Here is Bruno, twisting and turning, but he's lost the ball again. Botman makes up for it with a good tackle. Bruno is knocked over, free kick to Newcastle, and a chance to launch the ball towards the penalty area here. Bruno was going to take a quick free kick, but they realises we're close to half-time. Let's just get the big boys up for the free kick. Let's put it in the penalty area. But he plays a quick one down to Isak now. Isak on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Looks for options. Gets it from Murphy. Murphy, again, no real movement there. Isak, still Isak. Botman, Livramento. Somebody take a bloody shot, man. Murphy crosses. Byrne tries to get in there, but it doesn't hit any Newcastle player. And Bournemouth will clear the ball. I mean, again, we're lining up on the edge of the box there. Nobody wants to take a shot. And Tonali pushes one of the Bournemouth coaches out the way to get on with the game. Clearly, some of these players not happy with the performance of the team in the first half. Gordon loses the ball again. Joe Linton scrapping to win it back. Gordon then looked like he was taken out. And that's going to be a free kick to Bournemouth. Kluivert and Joe Linton clashing again. And a little bit of handbags going on here before the half-time whistle. Joe Linton pushing any green shirt he can find. And this, to be fair, this might be what we need just to get a bit of adrenaline going here. But I thought there was a foul on Gordon earlier on. Agent Tech, suddenly Kluivert's gone down injured. Yet he was pushing everybody around. There is going to be the ref's got his yellow card out. I'm not sure who he's booking here. He is booking a Bournemouth player. And that is going to be Tyler Adams. And Joe Linton also gets a yellow card. I'm not sure why. I think that's... Kluivert, for me, should have been put. I don't know what Tyler Adams has done. But there's the foul on Gordon, which was clearly a foul. Joe Linton then goes in on Kluivert. It's pure frustration. Tries to hook his leg around Kluivert. Doesn't get there, and all handbags kick off. Agent Tech Stream says it's like Eddie tells us he's off in this game. Well, he won't be saying that at half-time, I guarantee you. But that little bit of hand, but I don't understand why Tyler Adams has been booked, though. I think the referee's got him and Clive mixed up here. Tyler Adams has no idea why he got booked. And quite frankly, I don't know either. Joe Linton definitely deserved to be booked, pushing players left, right, and centre. But how Clive hasn't been booked in this first half, I will never know. He's been a proper shithouse, but he's also got 2 goals. I mean, it's the all-round performance. If he was in a black and white shirt giving everybody shit like this and scoring 2 goals, we'd love him. Yeah, I understand Adams should have been booked earlier on in the game, but I don't understand why he got a yellow card this time. He wasn't even involved. But anyway, we have a free kick. Well, I thought he'd wave play on after the... Well, apparently he's given a... Oh, Clive has been booked as well. Well, there you go. Anyway, free kick. In comes from Lewis Hall. And it comes to Tonali! Great save by Kepa! And that's it for the first half. And the referee's blown his whistle while we were about to put the ball into the box again. And it's Stuart Atwell. And was he not the referee who did it to us against Liverpool? I can't remember. Great hit by Tonali. And Kepa makes a fabulous save. Good height for him, actually. Well, the ball comes back, and we look to get the ball in. And then, of course, it's... Oh, dear Christ. Dear me. But it is half-time anyway, ladies and gents. And it is Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 2. Very, very strange game of football. But we've been absolute bollocks in that first half. Really bad. We just haven't got going. And Eddie's got his work cut out for him in that dressing room at half-time. Really, really poor. As poor as as poor as we've been for a long time, actually. Just not at the races, and some really, really bad defending. We've given away some crappy goals there. People did say before the game, we need to make sure we don't give Bournemouth opportunities that we give to Wolves. Well, we've done it. And Clive, whatever we think of him, he's been deadly this afternoon, as well as a shithouse. Dear me. Anyway, Christopher says, I predicted 2-2, and it's still looking a good shout, but arses are needed kicking at half-time. Don says, well, that was shit. Didn't show any fight until the end. Well, hopefully that's what we need, Don. Hopefully a good bit of scrapping at the end of that first half just maybe might get us kicked into gear, because their arses need kicking big style. Gordon's been a man just terrible. Isak's been anonymous. We need them to come into the game. Mark says we've been bad because Bournemouth's been pretty intense. Yep, absolutely. Hey, let's take nothing away from Bournemouth. They've come to do a job, and they're doing a job. And this was the worry before the game, that they were going to come on and really work and put us under pressure. They were going to come and attack. Eddie said in his press conference, 2 very attacking teams. It should be a good game. But at the minute, Bournemouth are winning the battles. They haven't won the war yet, but they're winning the battles. And, we have to be a lot more intense in that second half, because too many players anonymous for me in that first half. Way too many players. Murphy hasn't been in it enough. Well, the front 3 just haven't been in it at all. We've looked very dicey at the back. Lewis Hall's looked a bit shaky. Livramento, and of course Bruno, after scoring the goal to equalise, he goes and makes a terrible mistake on the edge of his box, and bang, 2-1. We can't be as bad as that in the second half, surely. Simon says we're improving gradually. Much more possession in the last 10 minutes. Not good enough, of course. Kenny says Joe Linton is a very lucky guy. Yes, well, I tell you what, maybe, teams target Joe Linton because they know they can tip him over the edge. Ayed says, sometimes you just have to give credit to the opposition, and they've been fantastic. They have. And I'm certainly taking nothing away from Bournemouth. I think they've been superb. And they've been very clinical as well. But it's just what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. We were worried about giving Bournemouth opportunities that Wolves have had on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. And then the same thing's happened again. We're giving Bournemouth opportunities, and they've taken them. Clive's been absolutely lethal. But too many off the game for me today. John Cook says that's the worst we've played this season. Deserve to be losing. Yeah, we've been dreadful. We've just never got going. We've got a game on here. Got to say Bournemouth could be worthy of a lead. They are worthy of the lead. Nobody can complain that Bournemouth are in front at half-time. You know, we got back to 1-1 when it was completely against the run of play. They have played some brilliant football. And considering the amount of players they've got out injured, that is an absolute credit to Bournemouth, by the way. Ronan Tyrrell says Tino, Gordon and Isak all week and offering nothing. They just took off the pace. Completely off the pace. Max says Eddie won't change anything. This is what he wants. Well, I'm not sure it's what he wants. I completely disagree with that. It's not what he wants. Mark says this is just a follow-on from the Wolves match. Bournemouth have just taken their chances. Wolves didn't. I agree with that. Absolutely 100%. Alan says if he was in a black and white shirt, we would love him. Honest comment like that makes this the best channel to watch the Toon with. Thanks, Alan. Yeah, Clivett would be loved by Newcastle fans. Scoring goals like that, being a shithouse, causing all sorts of problems for the opposition. Who wouldn't love a player like that? He's obviously an opposition player, and he's a nightmare to play against. Niall, thank you for your super chat. He says, get Shah on for Burn. Lots of their chances coming from terrible passes out from Burn. Yeah, it's the poorest I've seen Dan Burn for a long time. Some of his passing today, the one that he played across his own box, it went between two defenders and out for a throw in. Then 2 minutes later, he plays the ball up the park. I thought Gordon was a bit lazy. He just sort of let the ball drift past him, but it was still, it was awful. So against what we've been doing for the last few games. Shane says, what on earth was that tackle by Joe Linton? Absolute halfwit. Also fans saying we were going to win 5-0, need the heads checked. Yeah, it's looking that way at the minute. It's as if both teams have switched shirts for this game. Well, I'll tell you something. You look at Bournemouth in their recent games, guys. They've played good stuff. They've had injury problems, but they went to Stamford Bridge and played pretty much the same way and should have come away with a victory in that game. And there was 6 minutes into injury time, and then Reece James equalises. So they are capable. They are very, very capable, and they're proven they're capable. We have been absolutely dog shit. And Bournemouth just hold this hoodoo over us at the minute. I don't know what it is. Bournemouth definitely done their homework to isolate Isak. Well, Isak, I mean, he's not even coming deep for the ball at the minute. You know how we've seen Isak in recent games? He's linking up with the midfield and then spinning and making runs in the channels. We haven't seen any of that from Isak in this game so far. None of it. But, you know, Gordon on the left, he's done absolutely nothing. Murphy's been, well, he's huffed and puffed, but he hasn't been as effective as he normally is. Graham says the wheels were always going to come off after such a run, but we're not even started, so poor. Well, we still got 45 to go. Fubar, they definitely need to find a way to get Isak back into the game. Just wondering if Bournemouth can keep this pace up. Hall and Gordon not looking at it today, and we need to stop trying to match their pace and play our game. Yeah, we're letting Bournemouth dictate, and I think that's been a factor of the first half. Bournemouth have been the team who have played the high press. They have looked more likely every time they go forward. They look like they can score. They've got pace. They've got skill. They've got an awareness of where each other is. And every time they come forward right now, they're scaring us. And normally it's the other way around, isn't it? You know, when our front three in the midfield, you know, we start charging forward, that's when we look at our best. But we ain't seen enough of that in the first half. None of it. Yeah, we've read that one. They have 9 players injured and still battering. Is this why people question Eddie Howe? Tonali coming into the team made him look good for a while. Now his luck's running out. Look, let's stop the Eddie crap, will we? I mean, for God's sake, the man's been fantastic for us. He turned a really bad situation around earlier on in the season, and he's done brilliantly. So listen. People need to realize that we're always going to be off the pace sometimes. There's going to be games where we're not at it. That's just the way football works. But every time that we have a bad performance, if you're going to turn around and say Eddie out, it's a bit pathetic. It really is. So Eddie can't be to blame for some of these players playing the way they are today. You know, we've been on such a crest of a wave. The players have been playing well, so he puts his trust in the players to go out and do it again. And some of them are just not at the races today. But you can't start going out about Eddie Howe. Centurion, thank you for your super chat. Need share back at right centre back. 2 left centre backs is disjointed. Looking very leggy. Eddie needs to put a rocket up their asses. Well, we do look leggy, but listen, Bournemouth have played the same amount of games in a similar time. I really, especially with injury problems as well. So, you know, you've got to hand it to the opposition. Joe Linton, awful today. Didn't have a good game against Wolves either. Well, look, I think he needs a rest. I genuinely think he needs a rest. I thought he might have had one today, and Lewis Miley to come in. But what Eddie Howe will be doing in that dressing room, folks, is he will have, if he's got anything about him, he will be bollocking a few of those players because they've been shambolic, and we haven't turned up today. You know, yes, a couple of players have. I thought Bruno certainly came into the game, but he's let himself down with a tragic mistake. Tonali's been all over the pitch for us. I mean, the work that guy is putting in that first half was simply incredible. By far and away, our standout player in the first half was Tonali. Great work. He's been on the left. He's been through the middle. He's been back defending. He has been doing everything. So, you know, credit to him. And he's really, really kept going. Brett Miller says the players have to hold their hands up and say not good enough. Well, I hope there's some choice words said in the dressing room, to be honest, amongst the players. Never mind waiting for Eddie to come in and say it. The players should be saying it. Way off the pace. Unfortunately, we have very limited attacking options from the bench. Birdseye says, burn Big Joe and Tino off. Been so far off it, they deserve to be ahead. He's not. I don't listen. He might make one change at halftime, if any, but he might give these players an opportunity to go back out there and get this game back under control. Because right now, I think Bournemouth, every time they come forward, they look like they could score, and that's got to be a concern for the manager. Really does. I'd take Bruno off. His head is gone after that mistake. Then again, Joe Linton likely to be sent off. I mean, the tackle wasn't great on Clivert, guys. It really wasn't. Gordon's been good in spells, but Isak hasn't offered options. Slow to get into the box, and we have had some moments of mistakes, whilst Bournemouth have been very intense. We haven't. Well, it was at the end of that first half. I mean, about 5 minutes ago in the first half, you know, I think it was Lewis Hall or Gordon went to put the ball in the box, and there was nobody there. Isak and a couple of others were just standing on the 18-yard line, and then Joe Linton decided to go into the box, and you're thinking, where the hell are the players? Just not like us at all. Not like us at all. Sick of conceding goals due to us gifting the opposition the ball. Well, yes, Don, but we've also had a wonderful run of clean sheets. It's just not gone our way today. Football is a strange game. Up the Eddie Howe, 9 in a row. Bruno will be annoyed about that. He'll try and put it right. We are never getting top 5 without new signings. Guys, let's not panic here. All right, we're 2-1 down at halftime. We've won 9 out of 9. Yet, as soon as we start, you know, we're losing a game. There's a lot of comments saying, "Oh, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that." When last week is, "Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that." It's crazy. Let's just accept we've had a really poor first half. Let's see how the second half goes, because, you know, these guys could turn it around, and we know they can. We know they can turn it around. They're a good enough side. But I think we have to be at it from the off in the second half. We cannot let Bournemouth dictate this game. Otherwise, we are up the spout. EH with a super chat saying, has anyone seen Murphy? Well, look, there's a few players missing. Chris and Evermore says, Bournemouth have been excellent and we look way off. I'm worried J7 sees red. I'd be tempted to bring on trips for Tino, or maybe take Murphy off and stick J7 up top and Miley in the middle. Well, he's got options, hasn't he? And I think this is what the manager's paid the big bucks for. He has to work something out here with the players. And the players have to respond to whatever we decide to go at. Listen, Bruno, for me, had an excellent first half. But you cannot give the ball away like that on the edge of the box. You just can't. 9 out of 10 times you will be punished. I know Bruno's done it a few times and he's brought free kicks. However, this time around, just Not good enough. Not good. You can't lose the ball there and not expect to be punished in the Premier League. It's such a shame. But that will make him more determined to put it right in the second half. And I think that's what we need to think about is putting it right in the second half. This is a big opportunity now just to show that we are still a team. We, even though we're down, we're not out of this yet, but we have to start winning the battles. Simply have to. Because if we don't, Bournemouth will continue to punish us. As Bournemouth are just coming out now for the second half, and Newcastle are already on the field ready to go. That tells you a lot. But again, guys, if you go to kick off just before I do, please just hit pause on your TV. And we will stay in sync throughout the second half. I'll tell you when I'm underway on mine. And if you press play, we'll all be in sync for the rest of the game. No spoilers again in the chat, please, guys. Let's all enjoy it together. Please do keep subscribing if you are new to the channel. Over 4,000 watching on both platforms on X and YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us on Matchday Live. And as I say, hit that subscribe button as Fabian's share is coming on. And I'm just waiting to see who it's for. Sven Botman. So share is on for Botman at halftime. That is the change that we make. That's an interesting one because Burn for me has been abysmal. Sven Botman, obviously the fitness, etc. That may be a problem with Sven, and that's why he's had to go off. But that is the change, and we're ready to go. Bournemouth will set us up for the second half. Waiting for the referee's whistle now. And we're underway for the second half, ladies and gentlemen, on Matchday Live on the Toon Review. And it's Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 2, as Cher wins a towering header straight away. But it comes to Kirkes. And I expect Newcastle to really, really look hungry, look fired up, and actually want the ball. And we have a free kick here, a throw in, which Isak takes quickly for Murphy. Murphy tries to get round Hyson, but can't. And it's gone out for a goal kick to Bournemouth. Never looked like getting round his man there, Jacob didn't. Hyson had it all under control. And it was never even looking like a corner, to be fair. It's got to be down to fitness why he took Botman off, because Burner's been terrible in that first half. He's looked as bad as he's been for a long, long time. And Dan Burner's played really well lately for us. And, yeah, not quite working out this. And again, a sloppy pass. Good defending from Cher, but we lose the ball in the midfield. Semenyo with a lovely pass to Kirkes. He sends it in quickly. It's all the way to the back post. Brooks is going to get there ahead of Lewis Hall. And it runs out for a corner. Well, Brooks was confident that was a corner. And the lineswoman on the far side decides to give a corner. I mean, Brooks was pretty confident anyway that was going to be a corner, but promising start again for Bournemouth, straight back on the attack. They'll be looking to kill the game. They really will. They'll be looking to kill the game early. In comes the corner, left-footed in swinger, right in the 6-yard area. It's headed by, I think Hyson got the header on it, but it went right across the goal, and we try and break quickly. But to be fair to Bournemouth, they stopped the counter-attack very quickly. A couple of super chats that I seem to have missed. Rob says Cher for Burners passing could help them open up. Well, it's Cher for Botman. C15 Rise says press starts from the front. Murphy, Gordon, poor. Bournemouth do press intensely. Slightly offered today. And Mark Weir says in Eddie, we trust. Well, a shot coming in there from Brooks, which Dubravka gets down to. And Hall now plays it up to Joe Linton. He's clattered into, but manages to regain the ball. They'll be trying to wind him up now. You guaranteed that. As Gordon gave the ball away, but we win it back. Now Livramento with a bit of space to get into. And he plays the ball through the middle for Jacob Murphy, but he can't take the ball with him. and it runs all the way to Kepa. It's not happening for the guys at the minute. It's just not happening. It's really, you know, they are trying to make things happen, but when it's just off, it's off. And Shea with a terrible pass, by the way. I didn't see that pass that ended up with Brooks, and a good save by Dubravka. But Shea's just done what Burn did in the first half. Ridiculous pass across the centre. That is awful. Absolutely awful. Richie T listening from Alberta, Canada. Thank you, mate. Semenyo. And that's going to be Dubravka's. And he plays it long again. Isak trying to win a header. Doesn't, but it's a throw into Newcastle. As the cameras pan on Sven Botman, it's got to be, you know, fitness with him. I can't see why he would have took Botman off ahead of Burn. Because Burn's first half was just allow the shot. But here's Bruno. Through the middle now, into the Bournemouth half. Out wide now for Joe Linton on the left-hand side. Joe Linton has Gordon in front of him. Here's Gordon on the edge of the box. Gordon across to Murphy. Murphy's control is terrible, but he manages to get the ball back. Here's Livramento. Plays it down the line for Bruno into the penalty area now. Bruno. Livramento offers space again, but still we can't get a cross in. Livramento to Bruno. Back to Murphy. Murphy looks for options. Gives it to Gordon. Gordon. Good ball out to Bruno on this near touchline. Bruno cuts inside. Back to Gordon. Gordon's gave it away, though. And really sloppy again from Newcastle. Gordon's just not with it today. And Bournemouth come right through the centre. Lewis Hall comes back, but Christie gets the better of him. Ryan Christie towards the penalty area. Ryan Christie's shot blocked by Shea. It's out for a corner. Fuck me with a fish. This is just awful. Sloppy passing again from Newcastle. Hall not strong enough on Christie. And Fabian Shea does well to block the shot. Spins away from a corner. This ain't great, guys. I mean, Gordon is miles off the pace today. His passing is woeful. It was just lazy, sloppy passing. But why are we not putting the ball into the penalty area? Clive it with a corner for Bournemouth. Headed away by Joe Linton. We now push out. Comes as far as Kirkes, and he goes back to Kepa in goal. I'm not sure, Alan, what you mean by bipolar, Paul. I'm not sure what you mean by that at all. Bipolar? All I'm doing is saying how bad we've been. But we need to keep the faith. We think that we will get better. Oh, lovely play from Bournemouth. But that's better by Big Joe intercepting it. Bruno now. Nice. Nice ball into Livramento. Bursts through the middle of the park now. Isak. Good strength by Isak to win the ball. He's got Murphy onto the right-hand side. Here is Jacob Murphy. Heading towards the penalty area again. Murphy into the box. Goes for the byline. Looks to get it across. Kirkes defends well. Corner to Newcastle. Yeah, I am reacting to the game. I don't understand why people can't understand that. I'm commentating on a game of football, which changes. Never mind. Lewis Hall has come across to take this one. Keep subscribing, guys, if you are new to the channel. And a big welcome to all our new subscribers who have hit that button so far today. In comes Hall's corner. Headed away. Other side of the box now is Fabian Shea. He goes for a first-time cross. And I think it drifted out of play. Yes, it did. And it's a corner. It's a goal kick, to Bournemouth. Oh, dear. I mean, Bournemouth are certainly going to take the time over the goal kicks and free kicks, aren't they? They're not going to be in any hurry. And again, he doesn't decide to go short. He goes long again. Shea battling it and does really well to win the ball. Bruno to Murphy. Murphy to Isak. But again, closed down very quickly, and it's causing us real problems. Here is Bruno. Isak on the touchline. Inside to Bruno. Looks for opportunity. Lays it to Burn. Burn will go left to Hall. Hall, Joe Linton, who's moved to the left-hand side by the looks of things, and is Gordon's playing a sort of free role. But here is Anthony Gordon to the byline. Crosses in. Hyson is there for Bournemouth. Clears it. Tonali does well. Back down to Joe Linton. Now Tonali. Good strength by the Italian. Tonali clips a lovely ball over for Bruno. What a good pass that is. Bruno now. Looks for options. Gets it from Gordon. Gordon into Tonali. Tonali, great strength. Tonali! Just wide of the post. I mean, this guy is by far and away the standout player for Newcastle today. I mean, he completely sliced the shot in the end. But listen, the fact that he's having a go, he's causing all sorts of problems for Bournemouth. Good run by Gordon there. Bruno coming in late on. And again, frustration for Eddie through gritted teeth. And it stays 2-1-2 Bournemouth. But much, much better from Newcastle, that. Share. Murphy. Oh, trying to thread it through the eye of a needle. Got lucky ricochet. Now Bruno. Bruno sees a good run from Joe Linton. Can Joe Linton get there? He can, but Cook's done really well there. Controlled the bounce of the ball. And Bournemouth now break away. Out to this near side. Semenya. Going against Tino Livramento. Doesn't know if he's going inside or outside. He comes inside this time. And again, you just get the feeling that Bournemouth can create anything when they go forward. Clivett now to Kirkes inside. Tyler Adams. Now Ryan Christie. Christie to Clivett. Clivett cuts inside. Little 1-2 with Semenya. Clivett heads into the penalty area. And it's a foul by Tonali and a free kick to Bournemouth on the edge of the box. Tonali not happy with the decision. Of course, Clivett goes rolling around like he's had his leg chopped off. But again, he's working people up. It's a foul by Tonali. Trips him up. This is a dangerous position, actually, to give a free kick away. Brooks and Clivett are over the ball. Newcastle just trying to put a wall together here. Clivett might hit this actually because he might look for his hat-trick. Certainly favours the right footer. Brooks is with him, but I think this may be Clivett. I mean, they're talking as if they're going to cross the ball here, and I think this might be trying to put Newcastle off. No, it's going to be Brooks to take it. It is a cross and a header again. And this time Zabani heads it over the bar. It's a free header and Bournemouth will feel that they should have scored there. Anyway, Dubravka wastes no time at all getting on with the game. 56 minutes gone. It's Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 2. And it hasn't been the match that Newcastle nor the fans would have wanted. I hate these early kickoffs, man. I really do. I hate them. But we can't blame that because Bournemouth have to kick off early as well. But Bournemouth are certainly more up for this game than we've been. Good header by Cher back to Dubravka. And he immediately gets it back to Fabian Cher. Bruno Livramento now. Cuts back inside. Nicely gets away from Semenya. Good ball for Fabian Cher. Cher scoops the ball to the left to Lewis Hall, who will push forward now. Hall has Gordon wide of him. Here is Anthony Gordon. And immediately gets on the run, brings Newcastle right up the field now to the penalty area. Gordon has Joe Linton in support. Gordon, lovely move. Lewis Hall with a back heel, doesn't quite come off. Comes back to Joe Linton on the edge of the box. And Lewis Hall, just slightly wide of where Gordon was standing. And a good header there by Dan Burn now to Tonali. Tonali. Livramento. Out to this near side now to Murphy. Murphy to Bruno. Oh, fabulous from Bruno. And he's all over him. Christie is literally all over. And how is that not a booking again for Ryan Christie? So many times he's got away with so much shit in this game. It is quite incredible. He could literally be on the pitch with a hacksaw and hacked off Bruno's leg there, and he still probably wouldn't get a yellow card. Jesus Christ. But this is an opportunity here, guys. This is a good opportunity. It's a good angle to put a cross in. We really have to start now pushing for this equaliser. Coming up to the hour mark, if we want to win the game, especially. Gordon's free kick. In it comes. It's headed away, but only to the other side of the penalty area. Bruno waits. Bruno now looking to get the ball across again. Pressured by Semenya. And Bruno goes down. That's going to be a free kick. Clever play that from Bruno. So attempted in Semenya for the free kick. Well, it's definitely a foul. Bruno's very clever there because he puts himself in front of Semenya, and then Bruno tries to get the fans going. Well, it's all right getting the fans going, but the fans need the players. You know, the players have to get the fans going at the end of the day, and we haven't done that so far. And again, Hall and Gordon over this one. Got to start getting these free kicks right. Because at the moment, the set pieces have been, apart from the goal, obviously that was from a corner, but some of the crossing. Gordon Bennett. Anyway, let's see what we can do from this free kick. I think it'll be an in-swinger from Gordon. It is indeed, but it's absolute dog shit. Got absolutely no height on the ball, and we could be in trouble here, but Dubravka's off his line quickly. Brooks was breaking there, but the free kick was terrible. It got no height, and again, just hits the first man. And Anthony Gordon's been a complete man off today. He really has. And then Isak gives the ball away. And Brooks for Bournemouth down the right-hand side. Plays it to Dango now. Dango running at Dan Burn. Dango being forced wide, but he's done brilliantly there. And it deflects onto the post. And what a save by Dubravka. Cliven at the other side, and it's cleared away by Newcastle. It's still not totally away, though. Tyler Adams. How has that ball not gone in the net for Bournemouth? I'll never know. But now it's in this time. And it's 3-1 to Bournemouth. No flag's gone up yet. I don't know whether VAR will have a look at that, but that goal was coming a mile away. And a fabulous goal for Bournemouth. Newcastle claiming offside, claiming the ball was out. They're claiming everything they can, to be honest. But I'm not sure it's going to be good enough. And I think it is going to be 3-1 to Bournemouth, guys. I mean, how the ball didn't go in a minute earlier. A deflection. Dubravka made a great save. They couldn't get rid of the ball. And Dango puts it in from a Brooks cross, completely unmarked. And it's 3-1 Bournemouth. And this could well be very much game over because we certainly don't look like we can get back in this. Just seeing the replay here, Dubravka does everything he can to keep the ball out. Now, did this go out here? That ball is miles out. It should be a corner to Bournemouth, to be fair. There's no offside on the goal, but Tonali's clearance was miles out. I mean, who is picking up Dango there? But look at that. Possible ball out of play, it's miles out. No goal. Yeah, rightly so. It was miles out, guys. It really was. It was a long way out. I'm not sure why my scoreboard keeps disappearing. I think I have to double press it and it comes back again. But it is 2-1, guys. That'll reset shortly. Don't worry about that. And it's going to be a corner to Bournemouth. So not 3-1. But dear God, if that's not a warning to us, then I don't know what is. It's been absolute garbage, this. I mean, the front three have been anonymous for Newcastle today. Gordon's had the ball, but he's done nothing with it. He's given it away so many times. His passing's been terrible. His free kicks have been awful. Kluivert's corner, punched away by Dubravka. Still a scramble in the area. Hyson heads it on. Newcastle then get it away with a huge big boot from Big Joe. And tries to get Tonali away. Good defender by Cuckoo. Has a little kick out there at Tonali. Temper, young lad. Eric says we are being outplayed. Gordon's set piece. Balls have been awful to watch. Just hitting piss missiles at angles. They've been terrible, and we are seeing a change here. Joe Willock is coming on, and it looks like Trippier is getting ready to come on as well. So Eddie has seen enough. Jacob Murphy is currently down at the moment. Looks like a problem with his left calf. So a little bit of time here. Fabian Schär is holding his right eye. I don't know whether he's got some sort of cut there. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, we need to change this. This has been absolute horse rot. I can't believe how badly we're playing. It just doesn't look like us. Eddie having a good conversation with Joe Willock about what he wants Willock to do. But Willock himself hasn't been on form at all. Slap me in the face with a trout. Thank you guys, over 4,350 watching. Thank you very much for joining Matchday Live on the Toon Review. Please do keep subscribing. If you are new to the channel and you like what you see, we have an absolutely wonderful community on this channel. Live shows every week, every night. We've got news shows every day, live commentary of all Newcastle United games, everything Newcastle United on this channel. So please do subscribe if you are new and you like what you see. And don't forget to give it a like, guys, if you're enjoying the commentary as well. A bit of a longer delay. I'm not sure what's happened to Fabian there. Whether he's got a problem with a contact lens or something. Doesn't look to be a cut there. NUFC Ollie says this is cockrot, Paul. It's very much cockrot. Anyway, Jacob Murphy is coming off for Willock. Obviously, got a problem there with his calf. I would assume Willock goes left, Joe Linton comes right. Or Gordon goes right. I don't know. I don't know how Eddie's going to work this, but anyway, it should be Livramento, I guess, coming off for Trippier. No, it's Lewis Hall. Wow. Okay. Number 9 has gifted 5 Toon Review memberships. Thank you very much. That is very kind, my friend. Much appreciated. I'm not sure I understand that change, quite honestly. So Livramento will obviously go to left back, Trippier to right back. But Livramento hasn't played well at all. But yeah, that's an interesting change. Here is Tino. Loses the ball. Clive, nice little close football there from Bournemouth. And breaking again, ball into the box. Trippier can't, just gets ahead of Semenya. Or Semenya would have had a tap in, but he did brilliant defending from Trippier. Kept his eye on the ball, read it all the way there. And now Ryan Christie. Christie spinning and turning, gets it back to Hyson, and he goes across to Zabani. Zabani now hits a ball, diver looking for the right-hand side for Brooks, but it's in Dubravka's arms, and he quickly gets on with it now to Fabian Schär. 66.5 gone. Newcastle trail 2-1 at St James's Park. And haven't really looked like getting anything from this game at the minute. Bournemouth did score a third, which was ruled out by VAR because the ball went out of play. And that could have been game over. And again, Schär takes ages to play the ball, and Clive shuts it down. And those Bournemouth fans, high in the gods of St James's Park, are looking immensely happy right now. And why wouldn't they be? Their side is playing some fantastic stuff. But now it's Willock. Deep in the Bournemouth half. Willock spins onto his right, whips in across, but Hyson is there. Isak's not even going for the ball. I don't know what's up with Isak today, but he's just not interested in getting the ball at all. Semenya now going against Trippier, using his strength and keeping the ball in. It's gone out, says the ref. I think we're a bit fortunate there. Great strength. Bounces Trippier off the pitch. Tonali now. Bruno. Tyler Adams all over him. But now Gordon on that far side. Once again wants to have a run at Cook. Gordon cuts in on his right. He's taken out by Cook. It's a terrible tackle. How many fouls is this guy going to make before he gets a yellow card? It really is incredible, but they're not cynical fouls. They're not nasty fouls. They're just clever. You know, them little niggly fouls that build up and you expect a player to be booked for, but Atwell is just keeping it well inside his pocket. But Gordon's walking away from this one, and rightly so. Tonali's going to take this free kick for Newcastle. And let's see if this makes a bit of a difference, because Tonali hasn't been on any set pieces so far. Now gets the opportunity. Let's see where we can put this free kick. Come on, Sandro. Come on. Whips it in on his right, and it floats out of play for a goal kick. Nobody gets on the end of it. It was the right angle of the free kick, just a little bit high. Jesus. Nothing happening here. This is a really annoying. It's annoying, frustrating performance. You can see the players are frustrated as well. Eddie's frustrated. Everybody's freaking frustrated. It's one of those games. But there is still 21 minutes to go. 69 gone. 1-2 for Bournemouth. Here's Tonali. And he's lost the ball there. I thought he was dragged back there, but nothing from the referee. And Semenya's got ahead of Trippier here. Trippier gets back. Semenya gets the buy and pulls it across. And it's a brilliant save by Dubravka. My God, he just got there before it went over the line. And we get very fortunate again. Tonali brought down, nothing given. Joe Linton brings it away for Newcastle. And now Joe Willock. Great tackle by Hyson. And Bournemouth get the ball back. I mean, it should have been 3-1. It was a little tiny little flick by Brooks from Semenya's cross. It looked like it was trickling into the far side. And somehow Dubravka managed to get his hand on it. It was rolling in the corner, but a fabulous effort from Dubravka to get to that. And now we're getting a yellow card for Ryan Christie. Foul on Tonali. Yeah, nasty one by Ryan Christie, but he is a bit of a shithouse. Yeah, Pen10 says Dubravka has prevented this game from being an absolute hammer, and he has. He made some brilliant saves in this game. Really kept the score to as it is and kept us in the game. It's still only 2-1. Share now, floats a ball down the right-hand side, looking for Joe Linton. Semenya. Not really a great clearance by Semenya. Willock able to bring it down. Can't turn. Tonali. Now Joe Linton. Tonali getting fouled all over the place. He's getting absolutely hammered. But this is an opportunity now for Gordon. Oh, he cuts in. Livramento was free. Why didn't he play Livramento in? But here's Joe Linton. Oh, down the byline. Why didn't he shoot the fucking ball? Why did he not shoot when he got the ball there? He could have blasted that in the bottom corner. Instead, he tries to go at the byline and cross it, and it's out for a corner. Why did he not just unleash that? Peter McCardle says, we need Semenyo in the next 2 weeks. I'd pay money for him. I think he's been superb in this game. Absolutely superb. But there is a gilt-edge opportunity again. Trippier's corner. Header comes in straight down Kepa's throat, and he hangs onto the ball. Wow. I don't understand why Joe Linton didn't hit that. I mean, is it a confidence thing with Joe? I mean, had a couple of shots against Wolves, which were high and wide, but dear me, we've just seen that chance again for Bournemouth. Just clipped off Livramento last, but Dubravka, last second, I thought it was in. But good grief, he just gets a hand on it to push it away. Burn now. Livramento. Awful that. I mean, Burn then has to overstretch. The ball just goes high into the sky. Willock out muscled. Trippier now. Tonali to Bruno. Bruno now to Willock. Joe Linton. Plenty men ahead of him, but Joe Linton tries to play it down the line for Isak. Can't get there, but we win the ball back. Good spin by Joe Linton. Willock now to Trippier. This is better. Quick football from Newcastle. Isak. Isak inside for Bruno. Bruno looks for runners. Plays a lovely ball. Oh, Livramento just couldn't get there. And it's cleared by Brooks. But this is better by Newcastle. Really quick passing, which is what we're so used to seeing from Newcastle. And now Gordon from the throw-in. Gordon taking players on. Great work from Gordon. Looks to get to the byline. Clips it across. It's headed high into the air by Zabani. And now suddenly Bournemouth claim that they've got injured players. Fuck off. There's no injury there. I don't know what Kepa's doing. I mean, Kepa clatters into Christie. And then he stands on him, actually. But I still don't understand how Kepa got injured. Dear me. But we've seen this from Newcastle. We've seen a little bit of play acting and a little bit of time wasting. And to be honest, Bournemouth have put them in their own position to do this. We're just all over the shop. We're just all over the shop. I mean, it could easily have been 3 or 4-1 to Bournemouth, this. And if it was, nobody could really complain. Just a bad day at the office at the moment for Newcastle United, but we're still only a goal down. We can still get something out of this game. I don't know how, but we can. Joe Linton battling with Kirkes again, and this time Newcastle get the free kick. Kirkes is absolutely furious. I mean, Bournemouth, every single time Newcastle get a decision, Bournemouth, they're up in arms on the bench, they're up in arms on the field. I mean, it was a foul on Joe Linton, and Kirkes has been booked for his reaction to the referee. That's got to be dissent for me, because he acted like a very big baby then, jumping around the field. Anyway, long ball forward again from Newcastle. Bouncing around in the penalty area, cleared away only as far as Joe Willock, but the offside flag has gone up, and a free kick to Bournemouth. Sometimes you have to credit the opposition guy, by the way, guys. And, let's take nothing away from Bournemouth here. They've come to play, and they've played really well. Maybe it's the fact that the amount of games that Newcastle have had to play has just caught up on us. I don't know. But the performance hasn't been there today. As Isak tries to battle now to win the ball. But good work by Ryan Christie again. And Kirkes comes across to take the throw in. 14.5 to go. Still Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 2. Please do keep subscribing if you're new to the channel. 4,500 people watching. Thank you very much for tuning in to Matchday Live on the Toon Review. Much appreciated. As Bournemouth break again with Clivett over the top. And Burns literally just played a 1-2 with Clivett there. That was dreadful. Now Tonali. Can we try and get a breakaway here? Bruno. Caught very late there. That's going to be a yellow card against Dango. And rightly so. But listen, Bournemouth have, whatever we think here, Bournemouth have done a job. They've made very, very difficult for Bruno and Tonali. They've got stuck into them. They've caused them all sorts of problems. And, it's whether we like that or not is a different question. But the way Bournemouth have played, they've been very strong into tackles. They've clearly come with a game plan. They're seeing the game plan through. Our game plan has been knocked to shit. Long ball by Trippier. Burn gets a flick on. Isak, just wouldn't run for him and comes all the way to Kepa. And the frustration on the Newcastle faces is blatant to see. Burn managed to get the flick on. Isak's eyes lit up, just couldn't get the ball down under control. And eventually rolls all the way back to Kepa. I don't really know what Eddie Howe can do here. I mean, Miley's on the bench, but there's not real... Is there any other game changes? I'm not sure. Would Asula give us more than Isak's given at the minute? Maybe. But a lot of these players they haven't been able to get going today. Bruno, long ball over looking for Isak again, but it bounces down. Tyler Adams picks up the pieces for Bournemouth, but his pass is woeful. Out of play. Newcastle throw. Livramento gets on with it quickly to Tonali. 1-2, back to Tino. Now Tonali trying to find some space to get through. Lays the ball into Bruno. Bruno now cutting across the field, taken out again, but this time no foul. Just a good old-fashioned shoulder charge there from Justin Kluivert. And Bournemouth break. Kluivert through the middle. Lays a ball for Kerkez, but great defending Sandro Tonali again. Now Trippier. Long ball looking for Isak. That's not found its man, but we do get a throw in halfway through the Bournemouth half. Brilliant defending again from Sandro Tonali there. I mean, so many times he's come back in this game and managed to intercept the ball when it looks like Bournemouth were going to score. Share now. Burn has Livramento in space. Livramento. Gordon comes for the ball. Gordon now wants to run at Cook again. Gordon cuts inside Cook. Still Gordon. Lays it into Willock. Willock can turn for Livramento. Livramento now left-footed ball across. Was he fouled? I thought he was there. The referee says no, and Kepa gets the ball. Tino's back on his feet. But again, the fact that Tino Livramento was played in there on his left foot, tries to get a left foot crossing, doesn't get much pace on it, and it's into Cooper, it's into Kepa's arms. I mean, it's once or twice Bruno just hasn't, he wasn't strong enough on the ball there. It was a great challenge by Kluivert. We can't look to get free kicks like that all the time, especially when it's not a foul. Kluivert worked his arse off there to get the ball. And then got Bournemouth straight away on the break. Where was Hall's left foot, says C. Mac? Well, Hall is off. He's not even on the pitch. Tonali clips the ball forward looking for Gordon. Intercepted. And now Ryan Christie. Kerkez now for Bournemouth down this left-hand side. Got a lot of space to run into here. Christie again. And Bournemouth will be happy this. Coming into the last 10 minutes of the game. Lots of possession for Bournemouth, knocking it around nicely. We just can't get the ball. Christie again. Little 1-2 with Kerkez. Bruno trying to get into Christie. Christie goes down, free kick to Bournemouth. Frustration from Bruno. Clear frustration from Bruno. And it remains 2-1. Yorkshire Toon says Isak's been poor. Don't care if people have said he can't create something from nothing. He ain't even challenging. Yeah, look, there was a couple of balls earlier on that came into the box and he didn't even make an attempt to try and challenge the centre-back. So I don't know what's been the matter with Isak. He's been way, way off the pace today. Oh, great work by Kerkez from the throw-in. Trippier tries to get it back off Semenya. Semenya does really well, and Joe Linton scoops it out for a throw into Bournemouth. It's just not happening at the minute, guys. It really isn't. Lewis Miley is currently warming up, guys, because he's exactly where the ball is, as Brooks is going to be replaced. I think Brooks has been excellent down that right-hand side for Bournemouth. Worked his arse off today, and, credit to him. He's played really well. And gets a real rapturous applause from the visiting Bournemouth fans. Obviously, a lot of kids on the bench for Bournemouth today. Brooks is replaced by Jebison. This game just, it reminds you of a few, just before the run started, then it just, players not looking right and things like that. But we're bound to have bad days at the office, guys. We can't be, it's just the way football works sometimes. We can be disappointed. Absolutely. And I'm sure the players are disappointed, but some of the players haven't even bothered turning up today. Oh, Christie's got to be careful. Oh, now, good chance. They let the ball bounce. Gordon flicks it onto Tonali. Now Willock lets it run over under his legs, but he's done well to win the ball back from Hyson, and then he's taken out. But the referee, has he give a free kick? He has. Opportunity to get the ball into the penalty area here. Strange challenge that from Hyson. There's no need to make it. I think it was Cook, actually. And he's got to be careful because he's already on a yellow card. Phil Richardson says, piss off, Paul, but nothing good today. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Unless there's another poll in the chat. I don't know what Phil's talking about, but hey-ho, fair enough. But anyway, this is an opportunity. Free kick again. Kepa comes. Kepa punches. Edge of the box. Gordon! Oh, it hits the defender. Hit Kirkes. I have a feeling that was going in, you know. Just from the angle I saw it at, it looked like that was flying in the back of the net. Bruno miscontrols and it's out. It's Hyson who got the block. I think that was nestling in the net. Had it not been blocked, just seen it again here. Oh, yes, that was well on target. That was going in. What a block by the centre-back that is. Just stays strong, lets it hit his chest and bounce away, or else that was 2-2. It was heading in the net. Brilliantly struck by Gordon. Absolutely wellied that. Caught it absolute perfect. But good defending. You have to hold your hands up. And Livramento's lost the ball. What is he doing there? I mean, literally, what is he doing? And now Jebison has an opportunity to run at us. Plays it down. Sorry, this is Jebison in the box. Pulls it back now. Opportunity for Bournemouth here. Clive on the edge of the box. Kirkes. Semenyo now. Running a trip here. Little few step overs. He even falls over. But Joe Linton comes in and gets the ball. Long ball down the line. Oh, well, Hyson fell over and somehow Isak just not there. Ball down the line again. Share can't keep the ball in. That's a throw into Bournemouth. And they'll take the time over this. Dear God. I mean, I don't know what Tino was doing there. I mean, just hanging onto the ball and just didn't seem to know what to do with it. But I don't know why Tino Livramento has been put to left back and Lewis Hall was taken off. Unless Hall was feeling an injury, I don't know. And we'll not know till we hear from the manager. Great strength by Semenya again. And now Kirkes battling. Bruno comes in to win the ball. Bournemouth, though, first into the challenges at the minute. Bruno goes down again, but Christie plays away from the good work by Tonali. Bruno trying to get the ball back. We just can't get it. Semenya now with Trippier. Keeps the ball in. Kirkes now floats the ball in again. Comes to the back post. Dango now at the far side of the penalty area on his left foot. Jinking and jiving, but good work by Willock. But it comes loose now to Cook. Cook's got an opportunity to cross. He does. Headed away by Byrne. Comes down for Christie. Christie to Kirkes. Kirkes sends it long. That should be Dubravka's. And the move is ended. Under 5 to go. Still Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 2. It's been dreadful from Newcastle today. Nothing short of. We've huffed and puffed, but by God, nothing's happened. But here's Gordon now. Into Isak on the edge of the box. Isak trying to get Bruno in, and then Tonali taken out. Free kick to Newcastle, round about 20 yards out. Very central as well. Jefferson went in with Tonali. Tonali was caught late. That's clumsy from Jefferson to go in with a challenge like that on the end of the box. Tonali clearly gets to the ball first. And this is a free kick in a very, very good position for Newcastle. Very central. Couple of yards outside the D. The question is, I mean, it looks like Trippier's over this. Isak's over it. Gordon. Those are the three. JW with a super chat, the bubble burst, or is it just one of those days? I'm going for one of those days. It happens in football. Everybody's going to say, oh, the bubbles burst, but it's one defeat. Well, we're not even beaten yet, to be honest. I mean, there's still time left, but we have to take advantage of this free kick. Three very capable players, of course, over the ball. I think Newcastle have sort of sneakily moved this back a little bit here, just so there's a bit more space. I'm not sure what the Bournemouth players are complaining for. They're deliberately wasting time here, having to go at the referee. It's very clever. They're complaining to the referee, but of course they're wasting time. Now, the referee should be adding this on at the end of the game. Whether he does or not is a different kettle of fish, of course. But we shall see. Oh, dear. Still don't know who's going to take this for Newcastle, guys, but Bournemouth is still causing problems. I don't know what they are actually complaining to the referee about. I still don't know. I mean, Kuka's line behind the wall was the draft excluder. I mean, this is all a bit of a farce going on here. How long is this taking for the free kick? Gordon's moved away now. Isak, to be honest, Isak looks like the man who's going to take this. Here he comes. And it's straight into the wall, and Gordon shoots miles over the bar. Dear me, dear me, dear me. Not great, guys. Not great at all. Awful free kick from Isak. I mean, he literally just gently hit it. I mean, it's poor, but it's so frustrating today. So frustrating. Of course, Kepa is going to take his time with this goal kick. Yeah, I think Tonali should have took that, LG. I do. I think Tonali should have took that. I'm not sure why he didn't. I mean, when is this guy going to get an opportunity with free kicks and stuff like that? We know he's got the capabilities to do it. Isak trying to win the ball again. Tonali comes in. He's been superb, Tonali. He's given everything. But here come Bournemouth. Really dangerous now. Jebison pulls it back for Semenya. Semenya left foot, and it was Burn that comes back to block the shot. Or I think that was nestling in the corner of the net. And that would have been 3-1. Great play by Jebison. Good run by Semenya. Cracking shot. Looked like it was going right across Martin Dubravka. But Dan Burn does really well to come back and block the shot. As we come up to 90 minutes and we find out how long we've got at the end of this half. Over 4,750 watching. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel and like what you see. Long corner. And now it's headed over the bar. Newcastle will get on with it. We'll try and get on with it quickly. And Willisula is coming on. Well, he's not coming on yet because Newcastle have took it quickly. 7 minutes of additional time. 7 minutes to try and get something from this game. Trippier. Oh, that's an awful pass. Straight away. Gives it away. And now Jebison gets on the run. Good tackle. Fabian Schär. But it rolls out for a corner to Bournemouth. Throw in right by the corner flag to Bournemouth. And now Willisula will come on. And he's coming on for Bruno. That's an interesting decision. I'm not sure I understand that. Okay. I thought it would have been Joe Linton, to be fair, but it's not. Now Bournemouth try and keep ball. Here's Gordon. Tries to break out. It's an awful pass by Gordon and comes straight. Shot. 3-1 Bournemouth. Game over. Kluivert hat-trick. It's a brilliant finish by Justin Kluivert. He has been outstanding today for Bournemouth in many different ways. And he smashes the ball into the bottom corner. And Bournemouth lead 3-1 in injury time. Game over. They have been absolutely superb today, Bournemouth. And we have been dreadful. And Justin Kluivert gets the hat-trick. And it's 3-1 to Bournemouth. No doubt about it who's been the best player on the pitch for them. Fabulous finish. But again, terrible pass by Anthony Gordon. And absolutely awful. And a wonderful shot from Kluivert. And it curls away from Dubravka into the bottom corner. But again, a sloppy pass leads to the goal. It's a fantastic hit, this. No chance to Dubravka. 3-1 Bournemouth. Game over. Brilliant. Look at this for a Sunderland fan, guys. I mean, if that's not illegal, then I don't know what is. No, I don't have Down syndrome. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ronan says, I'm done with this 150k lazy git Anthony Gordon. Yeah, his body language hasn't been good today. Neither is his performance, to be honest. But never mind. I mean, what? Justin Clivett, brilliant. Sam A says, humble pie. Indeed. Indeed. We've been absolutely thrashed today. No doubt about it. Thrashed. Isn't it interesting that loads of Sunderland fans are suddenly subscribing to the channel? I mean, just to put a comment in, how amazingly stupid are those people? Thick bastards. Oh, good play by Dango again, skipping away from Joe Linton. Dango outside of the boot, looks for the run again at Clivett. He wants another one. Good play by Dubravka coming out and getting that. But Bournemouth totally deserved this. Jefferson, by the way, got a yellow card. I'm not sure what that was for at some point. But Bournemouth have been well worth their win today. Gordon crosses, headed away again, this by Cook, who isn't even a right back, by the way. And look at the game. These guys have been absolutely awesome. And Jefferson again trying to break away on Fabian Schär. He does. Jefferson's clean through. Dubravka comes out and makes a brilliant save. It could have been 4 there. Brilliant skill by Jefferson. Skipped away from Fabian Schär. And just a shake of the head from Dubravka. I mean, what are we doing here? Oh, lovely back heel there by Christie. Semenya. Inside, good ball for Clivett. Clivett looking to hit it again, but Joe Linton comes and pinches the ball. Last 3 minutes now of the extra period. And here comes Isak now, heading into the penalty area. Isak skips past a couple of players, plays it to Willock. Good save, bounces who's Gordon off the line. Oh my goodness me. Brilliant defending by Hyson again. And he's there to save Bournemouth this time off the line. Incredible stuff. And now Tyler Adams for Bournemouth. There's a lot of tired legs out on that pitch. Christie can't move at the minute for Bournemouth. But what a shift they've put in. What a shift. Here comes Justin Clivett again. Kirkes is flying down the left-hand side here for Bournemouth. Kirkes running against Trippier. Kirkes, 4-1 Bournemouth. And they are ripping us apart every single time they come forward here. It's an absolute whipping for Newcastle United today. 4-1, brilliant finish into the far corner. And that just sums the game up for us. I mean, yes, we're pushing forward. Of course, there's going to be chances for Bournemouth. But Christ on a bike, what a finish that is. What a finish. Oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear. I mean, he gets the ball about 25 yards out, runs into the box, little step over, and smashes it into the corner. No chance for Dubravka again. And I got a feel for Dubravka today. I mean, he's played so well, yet hasn't had a chance with anything. 4-1 Bournemouth. My God, what a scudding we've gotten today. That is an absolute fantastic finish. Graham Ritchie with a super chat. The only ones who can hold their heads high are Tonali and Dubes. Great commentary, Paul. Get well soon, Billy. Thank you, Graham. Much appreciated. Yeah, Tonali's been excellent. Dubravka's done all he can, but Justin Clivett has ripped us to shreds. The whole Bournemouth team have. They've wanted it way more than us in this game today. Agent Tech says it's 100% the players today. Old Dubes is back. I don't agree with that, mate. He's had no chance with the goals. What's Dubravka being able to... If it wasn't for Dubravka, this could have been 7. I don't agree on that, mate. I think Dubravka's kept the score down. I mean, what's he supposed to do when you've got absolute shit in front of you like we've played today? Absolute shit. That's all it's been. I mean, the 7 minutes are up. Please end this, referee. Justice Served says, I'm how in all day, but he needs to give Gordon a shake. Yeah, Gordon's been terrible today. His body language has been completely wrong. He's been completely out of character. Nothing's gone right. Nothing has gone right. In a very, very empty St. James's Park now, obviously. Lots of fans have absolutely seen enough of this. But Bournemouth have deserved this. There's absolutely no doubt about it that Bournemouth have deserved this. They've been fantastic the whole game. And we knew Bournemouth were a good side coming into it. Dowsey says Doobs and Tonali, the ones to show up. Ref was fishy. I'm not blaming the ref. There it is, full time. It's an absolute hammering for Newcastle United today. It's full time. It's Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 4. And it's safe to say, I don't think anybody expected that. We were absolutely terrible from the word go today. We didn't look like we were up for the fight. Bournemouth clearly did. Bournemouth had a lot of players up for this fight, but that man on the screen now, Justin Clivett, has had an absolutely superb game of football for Bournemouth today and really, really deserves the accolades. James Bradley says, poor Dubs, he may want to go to Saudi League after this. Great commentary. Thank you. Look, at the end of the day, we're just all out with the shop. And that's that. Again, I think the problem is, we go on runs like this and the expectation grows and things like that. We're bound to have bad games every now and again, folks. We are bound to have bad games. And unfortunately for Newcastle today, that was as bad as it gets. We were really rank bad from start to finish in that game. We offered nothing. We got back in the game when we were really against the run of play. Bournemouth then get the heads up again and go at us again and take the lead before half-time. And then the second half is just a shit show. That's as much as you can say, really, about the second half. It was an absolute shit show. But you know what? The run was always going to come to an end. I didn't think it would come to an end so emphatically as in a 4-1 game for Bournemouth. But you know what? Some players look really tired out there today. Some players just weren't here. I mean, Isak was anonymous for the whole game. Gordon was terrible. Murphy didn't get into the game. The front three were never in the game. Gordon's a funny one because Gordon did run at the defense a lot. He did try things, but nothing was coming off at all. Literally nothing. He was trying things. He was desperate for something to happen. But then again, when you look at his body, he was just very, very frustrated, very early doors. And, that's rightly so. You are going to get frustrated. You are going to get frustrated. When things don't go your way, it becomes a very frustrating experience and you end up taking a tonkin. What we've got to do now is get back in on the training field and get ready for Southampton. Because that will be an opportunity to put things right, get back to winning ways and go on another run. And that's what we need to do. We need to just say, right, okay, we've took a skunking today. Let's get back on the training field. Let's put this behind us and let's get to Southampton and put this right. That's what we have to do because we can't keep playing like that. That was just dreadful. John Cook says we have been embarrassing today. Excuse me. Brilliant for Bournemouth. Need a big reaction at Southampton. Great commentary, Paul, and best wishes to Billy. I'm not putting tiredness as an excuse. Absolutely no chance because Bournemouth have had the same kind of schedule as we've had, and they've got multiple injuries, right? So I am not using that as an excuse. No way, and I don't think anybody should. DJ says exposed our defence, Bournemouth, no creativity, and we looked like we did before our run. Don't want to get too disappointed, but that was a really bad game. Bournemouth were superb, right? There's no taking that away. And when you've got a team playing as well as Bournemouth, they are going to cause real problems. But we were really sloppy today. Really sloppy. Nothing going right. Everything we tried didn't go our way. The frustration grew, obviously, as the game went on. But listen, you look at that game and you see the 50-50 challenges, and Bournemouth just wanted this more than us today. I don't know why, but they did. We could not get going. We couldn't get started from the first whistle. We got lucky with an equaliser from a corner. Good header by Bruno, fair enough, but against the run of play. But we didn't look like we could go on and win the game. It just wasn't there today. I'm not sure why or whatever reason. I'm interested to hear what Eddie Howe will have to say because I guess does he read the riot act, or does he just say, right, guys, bad day at the office, let's go again. Let's start another run. But quite frankly, we never looked like hardly scoring a goal today. We really didn't. The set pieces were dreadful. Free kicks, I mean, some of them, the free kicks, I mean, that was Sunday League standard, some of those free kicks today. Sunday League standard. And nobody can argue with me on that. That was Sunday League standard. Nobody getting in to win the ball. Just awful. It was just shit, guys. There's nothing much more we can say. Simon says, I'm seething. That was disgusting. No new signings for 3 markets. Nobody deserves that shite. Piff, wake up, for fuck's sake. Well, I mean, look. We've got 9 out of 9. Now we've took a hammering from Bournemouth. Does this change things? You know what I mean? Does it really change anything for Newcastle's stance in the market? I don't know. Shamrock says, Paul, but why did they want it more? We had a chance to go third. Sorry, I'm not taking the excuses. That was pure shite. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't know why Bournemouth wanted it more. I said that. I've got no idea why Bournemouth wanted this game more than us. We should go out wanting to win every game. But I know we can't, right? We can't go out there and win every game. It's impossible. But some of the lads just weren't at the races today. It's pretty much as simple as that. Brian says, who of the starting 11 had the worst game? Well, Gordon was crap. Isak was crap. I think Isak, for me, was dreadful today. Didn't hardly touch the ball. But there was a few, wasn't there? Zishan says, we weren't on it today and Bournemouth were excellent. The run had to come to an end sometime, but hopefully we go again next week. Nick Thornton says, squad running on empty. We need signings. It is running on empty, but I'm not making an excuse up. No way am I going to make an excuse up, by the way, saying that we were tired or this or that. Because, let's be honest, guys, it was dreadful. It was absolutely dreadful. And things have got to be put right on the training pitch. It's as simple as that. It's got to be put right on the training pitch. Jeffrey Brunt says, Paul, have a pint on me, Bonnie lad. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Appreciate that, buddy. But look, we can talk to this till the cows come home. I don't know where that performance came from, given how we've been playing. Just not our day. Bad day. We go again next week. We have to go again next week. We've got to get we've got to put this right, and the players will want to put it right, because some of those players will look at that game today and think, Jesus, we were awful, and we were terrible. But it happens. But there you go. It is a defeat for Newcastle United. Thank you for watching Matchday Live. I will, of course, be doing a match reaction recorded, and that will be on YouTube in about an hour or so's time. So keep an eye open for that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please do subscribe. Of course, it is free to do so. C15 Rice says, how's it an excuse? 2 things can be true at the same time. Indeed, they can. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your super chats and memberships. Mods, you've been incredible. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you to you guys for all the support this afternoon. Nearly 5,000 in again. It was incredible. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel and you like what you've seen. And of course, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show in the future. Don't forget to give it a like, as they're still very, very important for the channel. And of course, thank you very much to Mamaroo Records for sponsoring the channel. If you can't get into Whitley Bay to the shop, please check them out online. That is pinned at the top of the description of this show. But thank you very much. Keep an eye open for the reaction on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, with the match review. That should be interesting. But it wasn't to be for Newcastle United today. We have met our match in Bournemouth, certainly. It finishes Newcastle United 1, Bournemouth 4. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Come back and check on some breathing. When I'm without you, and you're untouchable. Then are you back there for judgment? So much struggle make my day.